Hello everyone, and welcome back to Murders on the Yangtze River. We're kicking the stream to today instead of Saturday, because Saturday I will be busy and won't be streaming. And we might continue this on Thursday as well, since I don't really know what we're doing Thursday yet either. But yeah, so last time on this game we ended up going to like the big city. You know, let's recap a little bit. We ended up going to the big city, following the lead that it turns out that the person who wrote the story that the brother's murder, or that our main character's brother was modeled, like his murder was modeled after, was in this town, and it turns out that it's his the brother's friend from university. And so we go visit. But during the visit, our main character, so this happened mostly off screen. Our main character goes to secretly meet someone at the location where the guy works, and then he ends up getting arrested with a gun in his hand. And then the next morning, a dead body is found, or the dead body of the guy we were looking for is found. And now we're trying to prove his innocence. And we're fighting against Miles Edgeworth. I mean, Joseph Bell, who is a big shot prosecutor, and he's not taking off the kids' gloves. And we've got a little bit of an issue because one of our evidence bugged out last time, and I'm not sure if that's going to be fixed at all today. So yeah, let's see how that goes. We last time ended at a little right, we were at a bit of a little recess in the case while we figured out certain things. But yeah, that is currently where we are at. Your performance in the courtroom was impressive. But we're playing as these two today. Luckily, I don't think that was translated right. I don't know. Feels weird. My heart was in my throat when the judge made the final statement. So we managed to throw a little bit of a doubt that he is indeed the killer, or that the prosecution has a good case against him. But we'll see what we still have to do. No matter what, we managed to seize the opportunity to examine the evidence and revisit the scene. As long as we can find a new breakthrough, there's still a chance of winning in the next trial. You've gone to all this trouble for me. Let's save your appreciation till we win the next trial. However, speaking of which, Mr. Shen, did you really not see anyone during your 20-minute stay at the foreign goods store? No. Then it's strange indeed. The police has confirmed Stone Wu was indeed shot and killed in the study of the store. Miss Lee, sitting across from the store, didn't see anyone else entering except you. If Stone Wu was neither inside the store nor ever went in, then could it be possible for a body to appear at a crime scene out of thin air? Well, I mean, he must have been in there the whole time. The layout of the store is clear, with 2 rooms, one for business, the other for bookkeeping. At the time, both rooms were empty with no one inside. There must be a secret room then. But how did the body appear as soon as Shen left? This is indeed very strange. Afu, we need to go to the crime scene and search it thoroughly. I'm sorry, the visiting time is over. I must take Mr. Shen back now. Afu. Do you have any instructions, Shen? Eh? There could be obstacles and dangers on the path of your investigation. Take care of yourself. Uh-oh. Conspiracy? No problem. Shen, remember to eat on time. Take care and be sure to hold on until the next trial. Okay. Uh-oh. What we're gonna do? Joseph! Traitor! No wonder you're named Joseph Iscariot, Phil. You two were quite impressive in the courtroom. Afu and I tried everything we could to win a chance for a retrial. But, Mr. Joseph, do you really believe that Mr. Shen is the murderer? Actually, let's see if this is still... Is this still broken? It's still broken, yeah. This is the clue that I don't know how to use, because it's completely broken. Whoops. Mr. Joseph, do you really believe that Mr. Shen is the murderer? As a friend, I hope he is not. But as a prosecutor, I must avoid subjective judgments. All decisions in the court are based on evidence and logic. That is the only path to the truth. Mr. Joseph, you know Shen, he wouldn't commit murder. Then prove it in court. Did you give me a bookmark? Here's the investigation permit. With this, no one will stop you from entering the crime scene. Yay, we have a permit. Mr. Wu has already prepared the evidence you need. It's on the table over there. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Hope the next trial will be a fair and balanced showdown. I fully agree with Mr. Joseph's ideology. In the next trial, we will defeat you with evidence and logic. I'll be waiting eagerly. Letters on the table. Evidence box number 1. Inside the box are the autopsy records of Stone Wu and crime scene photos. Mr. Joseph has already presented these pieces of evidence in court. There aren't any new discoveries. Evidence number 2. This box contains Shen's personal belongings. Checked that in Sergeant Singh's office and there was nothing special. Did Alpha visit Sergeant Singh's office? Did I? He meant that Sergeant Singh must have already inspected this box of items in his office. He probably didn't notice anything unusual. Right. I didn't go to Sergeant Singh's office last night. Didn't we get caught? I'm pretty sure we got caught. I guess we didn't get caught in the office. We got caught outside of it. Inside this evidence box is a pistol, a bullet head with blood, a bullet shell. There's also a fingerprint comparison report and a barrel rifling trace comparison report. Which one would you like to check? Bullet shell. Mr. Joseph has shown the pistol and the bullet, but it's the first time seeing the bullet shell. The bullet shell was collected from the crime scene. No fingerprints were found on it. That's why it wasn't presented in court. Can I take another look? Of course you can. Of course you can. The bullet shell is brass colored and relatively smooth. The bottom of the bullet shell is marked with 32 auto, indicating it is a 32 caliber bullet. There's a tongue-shaped groove in the center of the bottom that is a trace left by the firing pin. Doesn't appear to have any abnormalities. Fingerprint comparison report. According to the description in the fingerprint comparison report, the police extracted 3 clear fingerprints from the grip of this pistol. They're from thumb, index finger, and middle finger of Shen's right hand. No other fingerprints were found. And rifling marks report. The police used fingerprint comparison to determine if the gun fired the bullets at the scene. Firstly, they loaded the gun with bullets of the same caliber and fired them. Then they compared the texture on the side of the bullet under a microscope. The rifling on the 2 bullet heads are nearly identical, so they were fired from the same gun. These records don't have any differences from what Mr. Joseph mentioned. I'll double check the pistol. Evidence examination! The description on the side of the gun reads caliber 32 rimless smokeless. It indicates that the pistol fires 32 caliber bullets. This is the muzzle, and it can definitely be intimidating when it's pointed at oneself. The grip is engraved with the rampant cult logo of the cult company. Therefore, people refer to this gun as the 2 horses. This is the base plate of the magazine. Can I double check the magazine? Of course you can. What's this? What did you discover? From this angle, it looks like there are fingerprints on the bullet. Indeed, they do look like fingerprints. Officer Wu, have you checked fingerprints on the magazine? No, we didn't. We didn't think there would be fingerprints on the magazine. Maybe this is crucial information? Okay, I'll check it now. Fingerprints were found on the side of each bullet in the magazine. Moreover, these fingerprints are different from Mr. Shen's bullets, or Shen's fingerprints. That's great. Finally, there's a breakthrough. I mean, it could be the body's fingerprints, right? Because he did own whose gun. Or it is his gun. Can we determine whose fingerprints they are? Not at the moment. I also found a palm print on the side of the magazine, but I can't determine the identity either. Please wait a moment. I'll go to the records room to check. Awfully, the fingerprint check may take some time. Let's go to the crime scene first. Miss Wen, Shanghai is indeed a small place. We meet again. Mr. Cheng, have you discovered another big news story? You've discovered another big news story, haven't you? Well, well. I was just planning to interview Mr. Shen and do some follow-up reporting. Mr. Cheng, I also have questions for you. Why did you smear Shen as an accomplice of the thief? Huh? It wasn't me who said it, it's the officer I interviewed. Then you should verify. Mr. Shen was not in Shanghai when the theft occurred. Timeliness is most important for news. To release the interview quickly, that's called news. But you should not make fake news. If facts have changed, then I can make an update, right? That's not how it works! Alright, it's time for the interview now. See ya! Afu, are you still thinking about what Toby Cheng said earlier? Not really. Toby Cheng looked familiar to me. I finally remembered where I've seen him before. Where? On Shen's clue wall. He's one of the suspects in Shen's brother's case. You don't have anything to say about that? The next trial is in 2 days, and before that we must complete all the investigations we can. Yes, we must clear Shen's name. Alright, let's go to the hotel. Entry to the crime scene without permit from authorities is strictly prohibited. Just stop making things difficult for me. Don't worry, Officer Lee. This time we have an investigation permit. It won't cause any trouble. Oh, that'll do. Yay! Since it has been approved, you can investigate it any way you want. But let's establish the rules first. All items here must not be damaged or lost, otherwise I will be held accountable. Don't worry, officer. I've been with Shen in many crime scenes and I'm very experienced. What I'm worried about is you, young man. You seem restless and surely good at causing trouble. It's true. Huh? He does look like that type. Officer, you shouldn't judge people based on their appearance. Officer Lee, we understand the rules. Please tell us, tell us briefly about the crime scene. Let me provide a brief overview. This store has a simple structure with just 2 rooms, a back room and an outer room. This is the outer room used for business purposes. Back room is a study, and it was in the study that the body was discovered. Is there anything in particular that was discovered in the outer room? Nothing in particular, but if I must say. After the incident, we checked the items with the store clerk. Only a bag of rice was missing. Huh? Just a bag of rice missing? Yes, nothing else was missing. It's so strange. Why would a murderer take a bag of rice? That I don't know either. Maybe it was the victim who took it. There's nothing more to say. You can figure it out yourselves. Alright. Examination time! Soda advertisement. An advertisement for Watson Cola Water. There are various bottles displayed in the cabinet, different brands of distilled water. Many beautiful jars, bottles and jars. They smell very nice. A small bronze figurine, not sure what it's used for. Alright, nothing else here it seems. Alright, so body outline. Officer, these white lines shows the white lines show the position and posture of Wu at the time of his death, right? That's correct. Well, at the time that he was found, anyway. What's this square? I heard that Wu was shot unconscious by the murder and then shot in the left chest, or was knocked unconscious by the. Why did he end up lying sideways next to this bullet hole? Sergeant Singh analyzed that the murderer had a deep resentment towards the victim. It is highly possible that after killing him, the murderer kicked the body a few times in anger. So that's how it is. There's a flower vase on the left side of the bookshelf with several scroll paintings inside. The bottom left corner of the shelf is empty. A white square is painted on the cabinet board. Officer, has something been taken away from here? It was originally a safe, but it was taken back to the police station as evidence. Is the safe also evidence related to the shooting case? I don't recall Mr. Joseph mentioning it. This was a special instruction given by Sergeant Singh when he arrived at the scene. Uh-oh, conspiracy! Sergeant Singh often personally investigates the crime scene. He rarely visits the crime scene, but he has visited the store several times, making it search it over and over again. I feel he was not here to investigate the case, but more like to search for something. What was he searching for? I'm sorry, I cannot say that. Officer, what was originally in this white square? That's where the bullet shell was found. There's a bullet hole in the carpet and there is blood around the hole. Through the bullet hole, you can see a hole in the floor underneath. There's a concave shape inside this box. It's a pistol. Remember, Mr. Joseph said the gun belonged to the victim and was kept in a drawer in his study. It seems like this pistol, or this is the pistol box for storing the murder weapon. This seems to be the account book of Wu's store. Stocked in on the 13th, soap, out matches, kerosene, out chime clock. Mr. Wu's handwriting is so messy I can't see what he wrote at all. This is the receipt and payment bookkeeping. We have kept the accountant have had the accountant verify this ledger. It's just the daily record of goods transactions in the store, nothing special. There's some indents on the carpet. It appears to be indentations of the desk legs. It's been several days and the indentations have haven't completely disappeared. It seems this desk has been in its position for a long time and was only recently moved. Afu, do you think the murderer could do that? Not discern. If the murderer moved the desk, there must be a special reason behind it. Officer, may I lift the carpet to take a look? Be careful. Afu lifted up the carpet. Desk. Here's a set of tea utensils, teapot, no problem. Teacups, also no problem. Here's a small stack of documents. Let me take a look. Still no problem. Back of the carpet. The position of the bullet hole in the carpet matches the position of the one on the floor. There are also some blood stains on the back of the carpet. They seeped through from the front. Huh? Is there any new discovery, Afu? There are a few grains of rice beneath the carpet near the bullet hole.
Huh?
What? Rice underneath the carpet near the bullet hole? Strange, how could rice end up... Has rice been discovered in other places as well? So they used the rice for something and had to take the bag with them because it had evidence? I'll check the room again. Afu inspected the entire room. Caution, no rice was found in any other location under the carpet. Not in other places of the room either. That means there are only a few grains of rice near the bullet hole, which must mean something. The bullet hole is not deep, and the bullet has already been taken away by the police officers. Question, did you see something shiny in the bullet hole? Yes, I saw it. Very small, fan-shaped, shiny piece. Alpha, can you recognize what this is? Looks like a fish scale. Pinky-sized, fan-shaped fragment found in the bullet holes at the scene. It looks like a fish scale. Floor. Question, there are many scratches on the floor that run parallel to the walls. It's as if this bookshelf has been moved before. Then let's also move it and take a look. It can't be pushed. Feels like it's stuck somewhere. Could it be that there's a mechanism installed? It's so difficult for us to push it. A mechanism? Question, it does seem quite strange. There might actually be some kind of mechanism. Let's investigate. Point out the unnatural aspect. Well, this picture is upside down. A strange painting here with a strange subject. It's upside down, even stranger. There must be something suspicious about this painting. Toshin, there's indeed a mechanism. It can open a hidden door. What were you messing with earlier? Afu rotated a painting. Never expected. There's another hidden space behind this bookshelf. It seems that the police did not discover this hidden door in the previous searches. Toshin, let's go down and take a look. This is why you can't trust the police. They don't know how to find hidden doors. I never expected there to be such a large cellar underneath the store. It's so cold here and it feels eerie. This looks like a wine cellar. Let's investigate. Oh, cat! Why was there a random cat that no one reacted to, except for me? Was I hallucinating? Was that cat real? There are many large wooden barrels placed here. The smell, it's red wine. Various medicines on this shelf. Is Mr. Wu planning to enter the pharmaceutical business? It's not clear what the purpose is. We can make a note of it for now. On the wall, there's a row of ventilation outlets with 3 boxes placed in front of them. 2 boxes on the left are labeled carp, while the one on the right, small croaker. The corner of the box on the right has been opened, and a small white mist is floating out. There's a small white mist. Ew. A whole box full of small croakers. Does Mr. Wu also run a fish selling business? I haven't heard about it. Maybe it's for himself? That would make sense, but is there anything strange about it? He's preserving the small croakers with dry ice! Dry ice? What is that? It is frozen carbon dioxide with temperatures as low as minus 80 degrees Celsius. It effectively isolates high oxygen. The preservation effect is excellent. But dry ice is expensive and rare. Using dry ice to preserve fish indicates he must really, 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 really love fish. Okay. Liquor rack. There's some types of foreign liquors as well as several bottles of distilled water. On the table is a copper frog figurine. Next to it is a stack of account books. There's fish bones over there. Toshin, the contents of this account book are different from the ones in the study. Double bookkeeping. Many unscrupulous merchants do this. There's an additional customer list at the back of this account book. Oh, in Stonewoo's customer list. How come these names are on it? Whose names do you know? Who are they? Lo Pei and Lo Shiwen? I remember Lo Pei and Lo Shiwen were both involved in the case he handled in Yunnan. The first case. How did these two become the clients of Stonewu despite being so far away from Shanghai? That's really strange. We need to figure out first what exactly Wu's store is selling. In the middle of the sealed liquor cabinet, there are various types of wine glasses placed. On the top and bottom of the cabinet, there are some bottles of alcohol stored. As for the specific type, I just don't recognize them. Are you making opium? Somehow, on the side of the table, there are many bottles of cola water. One bottle is half covered with a lid, and there's still some unfinished soda left in it. There are alcohol lamps, flasks, condensers, and other instruments on the table. It looks like some kind of extraction equipment is being conducted. Underneath the table, there are some fish bones. Meow. Such a cute kitty. So those fish bones were leftovers from his meal. You don't eat fish in the weird cellar, kitty. Maybe, Koshin, could this be Mr. Ginger that Cece is looking for? Or the Mr. Ginger that Cece is looking for? Orange clothes, white gloves, big wide eyes, pointed ears, long tail. It's the description perfectly. Kitty, are you Mr. Ginger? Can I shake your paw? It seems Mr. Ginger doesn't like people. Mr. Ginger seems to not be intentionally avoiding people, but rather injured. Meow. It said, Indeed. His mouth and paws seem to be frostbitten. Paws, mouth, fish. Mr. Ginger must have gotten the frostbite on his paws and mouth while eating frozen fish. It seems that Mr. Ginger has been kept in the cellar for the past few days and he's starving. Mr. Koshin, it seems like there's something inside this fish's... Koshin, it seems like there's something inside this fish's belly. It's a wax paper package. Uh-oh. They're smuggling via fish. Let's open it. Inside, there are a dozen wax pills, each one labeled with the words opium cessation pill. Alright, let's check the fish in the boxes again. Uh-oh. The first box is filled with a half box of dry ice, and the fish inside has been taken away. The second box contains a big black carp placed in dry ice. The third box is filled to the brim with small yellow croakers. If the cover is not tightly closed, then most dry ice on the surface is already evaporated. Shall we cut open the fish to take a look? No, it could cause frostbite. Just like Mr. Ginger. I have a pair of gloves in my bag. If you put them on, we should be fine. Temperature's too low. You need to wear leather gloves. I'm gonna ask Officer Lee for help. An hour later? A whole hour? Those yellow croakers are just the cover. Stonu is actually selling opium cessation drugs. Selling opium cessation drugs is legal, so why do it secretly? I hear Miss Shannon mentioned before that most of the drugs on the market are fake and substandard. So what Stonu was selling is definitely nothing good. It's getting late. I must quickly return to the police station and explain the situation here. Let's be careful not to cause any trouble later on. Koshin, Officer Wu must have gotten the results of the fingerprint examination by now. Let's also go back to the police station and have a look. Sure. We should also bring back this rescued gentleman back to CC. A few minutes later, police station. What? You're saying that all the fingerprints on the magazine belong to Stone Wu? I've compared them repeatedly and they are indeed his fingerprints. It's gonna belong to the victim. It's not surprising his fingerprints are on the magazine, is it? Doesn't make sense, but I thought we would be able to find the murderer. Don't be discouraged, Afu. Our investigation has made significant progress. For the moment, the evidence we have collected is roughly just these. In addition to that, Koshin and I have made other preparations. Now it's time for the second trial. Time for the second trial! Let's go! Alright. Chinese citizen Chen Chengping is suspected of shooting and killing Chinese citizen Stone Wu. The second trial will now begin. This case is handled by Shanghai Governor Quan Xiang. Judge Quan, please proceed. Court is now in session. What are you waiting for, Judge? Judge Quan, the prosecutor should proceed with the opening statement. I remember this procedure, but I just have this feeling that someone should shout, "Solemn silence" to truly start. Oh, please. Solemn silence. Defense counsel, please refrain from speaking without permission. I'm sorry, I just thought Judge Quan wanted me to shout. Afu, are you getting nervous again? Didn't mean to. You've been stuttering a bit, yet you say you don't mean to. It's like my brain suddenly hit the brakes. Stalled. Take a deep breath, you'll get used to the atmosphere soon. Please proceed with the statement, prosecutor. Your Honor, in the previous round of the trial, we've seen a chain of evidence: fingerprints, firearms, bullets, the body, and the scene. We've reconstructed the defendant's crime process and revealed his method of hiding gunshots. Based on these factors, we can now confirm that the defendant is the murderer. However, the defense counsel has questioned the process of the defendant's arrest. For fairness and justice, the prosecutor acknowledges the defense counsel's questioning. But in reality, there is no flaw in the process of the defendant's arrest by the police. Next, I will call Sergeant Singh and Officer Wu from the police to testify in court. Let's have Sergeant Singh and Officer Wu enter the court. I solemnly, sincerely, and truthfully swear and promise the testimony I gave is true, complete, and without any falsehood. Officer Wu, don't you have anything to say? Alright, same as Sergeant Singh. Afu, it seems like someone else is just as nervous when standing in the court as you are. I'm fine now. Sergeant Singh, you were in charge of this case, this arrest operation, correct? Yes. Officer Wu, you were involved in this arrest operation, right? Yes. Both of you were present throughout the arrest operation, correct? Yes. When Shen was arrested, the police clearly didn't know about the murder case. Why was there an arrest operation? Wait a minute. Hey, you, why are you shouting so loudly? Defense counsel, you seem so confident. You must have a solid plan, right? Well... Oh no, I was too busy shouting and forgot what I wanted to say. Afu, are you trying to ask? The body was clearly discovered the next day, so why was there an arrest operation that night? Yes. We were just about to explain. Why are you in such a rush? And please begin your testimonies. Alright. On the night of the crime, we organized a secret operation at Lyceum Theater. Initially, the target of the arrest was not Mr. Shen, but the infamous thief Shanghai Phantom. Shanghai Phantom? That infamous thief? Yes, that cunning villain. In 1 month, the vaults of the 4 major families were robbed by Shanghai Phantom. Dutch Group and Sassoon Group lost gold, and the Jardin family lost a batch of weapons. Among them, the Watson family suffered the greatest loss. Inside the stolen safe was the formula of the best-selling worldwide beverage, Watson Cola Water. Investigation shows Shanghai Phantom had close ties with Stone Wu. On the night of the case, we received orders to gather at Lyceum Theater at 7:15 p.m. Only when we arrived at the scene did we find out Sergeant Singh had received a tip-off. Shanghai Phantom will sell the stolen goods at 8:30 p.m. using the lockers at Lyceum Theater. By then, Sergeant Singh had already investigated the theater and formulated a detailed arrest plan. To be precise, the arrest operation began at 7:29 and I took it down clearly in my notes. At 8:26, the defendant entered the theater lobby. At 8:28, he opened locker 212 and placed the gun inside. Officer Wu, is that correct? Yes, Mr. Shen's actions mistakenly led to his arrest as Shanghai Phantom. As a result, the secret arrest operation failed. Hey you, there's nothing to regret. With the blessing of the gods, although we didn't catch a thief, we caught a murderer. Alright, so someone definitely set that up somehow. Your Honors, this is the course of the arrest process. As Sergeant Singh mentioned, the defendant was arrested at the theater, though coincidental. There's no evidence of the defense's claim of framing. The police noticed the defendant hiding the gun because they had been monitoring the lockers. That sounds reasonable. Defense counsel, do you have any further questions? You mentioned that Mr. Shen was hiding the gun. Do you have any evidence to support this? Someone provided us with a photograph. This photograph captured the moment when Mr. Shen was concealing the weapon. I mean, that looks like he could also be pulling it out. The person in the photograph. It is indeed Shen. See, only the murderer would hide a weapon. That's not necessarily true. Maybe the gun was already in the locker and Mr. Shen simply unintentionally took it out. Actually, before the operation, Sergeant Singh had already checked those lockers. They were all empty. Order, order. This photograph will be accepted as evidence. Now this is really troublesome. Does the defense counsel need to cross-examine? I've been thinking. Mr. Joseph should have seen this photo already. Why didn't he present it in the previous court hearing? Perhaps he thinks he can defeat us without presenting the photo? No. He would have used it if he thought it would help. That's not Mr. Joseph's style. I actually think perhaps the evidential strength of this photo isn't as strong as it appears. Huh? Let me take a closer look. Question, there is indeed something strange. Point out to them the parts you find unnatural. If Shen was truly hiding a gun, then the location of this object appears as very odd. Hey Static, how's it going? Enjoy your lurk. If he was hiding the gun, the location what appears would be rather odd. I don't know what I'm looking for, fam. I don't know what to point to. He was truly trying to figure. I wish they would keep the context of what we're looking for. Whatever. Officers want to confirm something. The number 212 locker was originally empty, right? Well, Sergeant Singh personally inspected it. When Shen was arrested, there was a cloth bag inside the number 212 locker, right? Yes, there was a cloth bag which was also captured in the photo. In that bag, it looks empty, right? You have a keen eye, the bag is indeed empty. Hey, what are you trying to say? What I want to say is, if Mr. Shen in the photo was indeed hiding a pistol, it would make more sense for the bag to be wrapped around the gun. Why was the bag inside the locker at that time? Perhaps Mr. Shen himself left an empty bag in the locker? But you just said it was empty already. You just said that the locker is empty and Sergeant Singh personally inspected it. Well, indeed. Your defense is completely distorting the facts. It doesn't hold water. Well then, let me ask, Sergeant Singh. Why would someone who wanted to hide a pistol take it out of the bag in public? Well, Sergeant Singh, are you sure you checked all the lockers at that time? Is it possible that there was a mistake or oversight? Perhaps I was negligent at the time and didn't thoroughly check every locker. Therefore, I didn't discover the empty bag in the number 212 locker. It is not logical to have only one empty bag in the locker. A more reasonable explanation is the bag originally contained a pistol. The photo captures the moment when Mr. Shen is taking out the gun, not when he is putting it in. And Shen only opened the locker after seeing the note that said Lyceum Theater 212. It's clear that someone is framing him. The defense counsel overlooked a crucial fact. Don't forget, Stonewu was killed by this pistol. Well, indeed. I must say, Prosecutor Joseph is truly remarkable. I almost got caught up in their arguments just now. The shooting occurred between 8 and 8:30 p.m. This gun was still at Stone's store then. Furthermore, after 7:30 in the evening, the number 212 locker was under the surveillance of the police. The pistol couldn't have magically appeared in the locker. The defendant bringing it from the store to the theater is the only plausible explanation. Is the defense counsel speechless now? Judge Herman, what do you think? If the defense counsel has nothing to say, then Judge Kwan can make a ruling. Well then, let's... Judge Kwan. Oh, Joseph is interrupting for some reason. The prosecutor suddenly interrupted me. Is there something important to say? As far as I know, during the recess, the defense counsel discovered some new evidence. If they also believe these are not sufficient to affect the court's determination of the fact, as prosecutor, I suggest ending the court investigation at this point. New evidence during the recess. Mr. Koshin, is Mr. Joseph trying to remind us of something? It seems like he does want the case to be argued more thoroughly. Let's hope that the next court hearing is a fair and balanced confrontation. Hopefully the judge and observer will have the same patience. Which new discovery during his recess should we introduce? The wine cellar? We found a secret door in the foreign goods store and beneath it was a wine cellar. As we know, the police overlooked this place during the previous investigation. Hey, you are trying to question the police? It is true that the police did not discover the wine cellar at first. But no evidence related to the shooting case was found in that wine cellar. No, but it calls into question that nobody entered or exited the area. Are there any other new discoveries? Judge, during the witness, officer who found new fingerprints on the pistol magazine. Oh, whose fingerprints? It's the victim's, Stonewu's. Hey you, this irrelevant finding is a waste of everyone's time. The pistol originally belonged to the victim. It's not surprising to find his fingerprints on the magazine, as he must have loaded the bullets. That makes sense. It sounds like these findings have no substantial impact on the trial's outcome. Judge, I still have hope to question the discovery of new fingerprints on the pistol. Oh, why is that? I just thought of something else that needs to be confirmed. Hey you, what do you mean by that? It's clearly stated in the report. What else is there to question? With such a large warrant teller at the crime scene, none of you discovered it. Who knows if there were similar oversights during the fingerprint examination? You... To be cautious, let's have Officer Wu give an introduction. Alright, new discovery. That's when we detected the fingerprints previously, we only tested the exterior of the pistol. Later, we did additional tests on the magazine and found the fingerprints of Stone Wu. Here is the distribution of the fingerprints. On the side of the magazine, there's a palm print that matches the left hand of the victim. The magazine can hold 8 bullets, and after one shot was fired, there were 7 bullets left. On the side of these 7 bullets were found the prints of Wu's right index finger and thumb. That's the situation. So who loaded it? There's a contradiction. Yes. Defense counsel, there's no need to speak so loudly, I can hear you. Go ahead and tell us what's the issue. There's no fingerprints from the victim on the gun. There's an obvious contradiction here. If Stone's fingerprints are on the bullets in the magazine, it casts doubt on other evidence. Oops, whoops, wrong one. The key evidence is the pistol itself. If the victim's own fingerprints are found on the magazine, then why aren't there any on the grip or other parts of the gun? Oh, right. It indicates that someone wiped the fingerprints on the gun. Hey, you, so what? It doesn't change the fact that the defendant had contact with the gun, but it can prove, besides Shen and the victim, there's a third person who touched the gun. What are you saying? The person who wiped off the fingerprints from the gun definitely wasn't Shen. He had no reason to remove the victim's fingerprint, but not his own. As for the victim, of course he didn't have a chance to wipe them off. No, it's possible that the victim himself wiped off the fingerprints. Guns need regular cleaning and maintenance. Uh-oh. And the victim, he was the owner of this pistol. I don't have a gun, so I didn't know that detail. That's not right. If the victim regularly maintains the gun, why would there be fingerprints left on the magazine? Because the magazine is inside the pistol. As an expert in firearms, Officer Wu sometimes forgets to check for fingerprints on the magazine. Shouldn't you remove the magazine before cleaning your gun? I feel like that would be a good thing to do. It's reasonable to assume the victim also forgot to wipe the magazine. Even if Mr. Joseph's scenario is possible, it is just one of many possibilities. It's not contradictory to Afu's assertion. But Afu's assertion is also just one of many possibilities. If you want the court to consider this assertion, you must fulfill the burden of proof. The burden of proof is the legal obligation of a party to provide evidence to the court during the trial process to prove the validity of their claims or assertions. It can be broadly summarized as whoever asserts, who provides evidence. In general rules of evidence, this is the general principle of allocating the burden of proof. Gosh, it feels like no matter what we say, we can't escape Mr. Joseph's control. Once again, completely suppressed by him. We must not be discouraged. There must be something wrong somewhere. Yeah, it's this. This casing doesn't have any fingerprints on it. The evidence that contradicts the magazine is this bullet shell. Bullet shell. Is there anything special about this bullet shell? There were no significant traces found on the bullet shell. That's the problem. At the very least, there should be this person's fingerprints on the bullet shell. Are you saying the victim? Exactly. All the bullet shells from the magazine have his fingerprints on them. Sergeant Singh previously determined they were left by the victim while loading the gun. Since the bullet shell found at the crime scene came from the victim's pistol, well, his fingerprint should also be there on the bullet shell. Indeed. But in fact, there's nothing on it. Oh, no fingerprints. It is indeed strange. What could be the reason for this? I mean, it could be either of these, right? The fingerprints have been wiped off, or there's another bullet. Clearly, the fingerprints on the shell have been wiped off. Wiped off? Who would wipe off the fingerprints on it? It was probably done by the real culprit in this case. In any case, it definitely wasn't Shen. It doesn't make sense for him to wipe off the victim's fingerprints but leave his own behind. Hey, does the real culprit have a reason to wipe off the victim's fingerprints? Well, actually, yes. Perhaps wiping off the victim's fingerprints wasn't his main objective. The real objective was to erase other traces on the shell. Hey, what other traces could there be? His own fingerprint, like if he moved the shell. Let's discuss it before giving you an answer. Question, it seems like the culprit doesn't have a reason to specifically wipe the shell clean. If you really feel the bullet shells are risky, it would be easier to just take them away. Then why are there any fingerprints on the bullet shells? Think more about it. There's another bullet, although it may sound hard to believe, but it's possible that the bullet head and shell belong to two different bullets. What?
你是没学过算术吗？
Huh. Did you never learn arithmetic?
阿福，
This pistol has indeed only been fired once.
手枪的弹匣里面
Is it possible that the bullets were fired from another
弹
pistol?
匣的总容量是8枚。那有没有可
There
能
are still 7 bullets left inside the magazine of the
手枪发
pistol,
射的呢？
while its total capacity is 8.
肃静。
Silence, silence.
被害人手
The
枪
victim's fingerprints are present on all the bullets from his pistol,
但这枚
but there are no fingerprints on this bullet shell.
因此
Therefore, it is not a bullet
不
from
是
the
被害
victim's
人手枪
pistol.
中的子。这好像是最
It
简
seems to be
单
the simplest and
也
most
最合
reasonable
理的解释
explanation.
肃静。
Silence, silence. Hey, did you hear all this noise?
都是你
It's all the result of your absurd theories and nonsensical talk.
啊，
I thought I explained it well.
别听他的，阿福，
Don't listen to him, Mafu.
我们就快
We're
要
about to find the opponent's weak spot.
无知，
Ignorant is blind.
竟然不记得
How could you forget that we have conducted a comparison of the rifling marks on the bullet?
膛下痕迹比对
The
不可能
comparison of rifling marks cannot be wrong.
子
The
弹
bullet was fired from the victim's pistol.
但是
However,
膛线
rifling comparison can only confirm the bullet head comes from the victim's pistol.
而子弹
But
可
the
是
bullet shell does not go through the rifling and is not within the examination range.
辩护人，
Counselor, are you suggesting that the bullet head and the bullet shell come from two different guns?
对于弹
No
壳
fingerprints on the
没有
bullet
被害人
shell.
手
I
的
can't
问
think of
题
any other
我想不到
explanation more reasonable.
这种问
Can't
题
this problem be explained in any way?
也许
Maybe it was just a careless examiner who accidentally wiped them off?
应该不
It's
会。
unlikely.
我说
Hey, you better be quiet.
如果那
If
样
that's
的
the
话，
case, it implies there's flaws in the investigative process of the police.
我们有
We have
理
reason to
由怀疑
doubt the
这
reliability of all the
所有
evidence
证
issued
据
by the
的可
police.
靠性
肃静。
Silence, silence. The two of you, stop arguing.
本官
I'm
已经
already
快
getting
被
dizzy
你
from
们
all
揉晕了
this.
检控人
Does the
对
prosecutor
此
have any opinion on this?
如果
If
弹
the
壳
shell and bullet come from two different guns, it's just 2 shots occurred at the scene.
但是
But the police only found 1 bullet hole, 1 bullet shell, and 1 bullet at the scene.
弹壳上
The
没有
lack of
指
fingerprints on the bullet shell may have another reason. It sounds like there was only 1 gunshot at the scene.
因此
Therefore, the defense counsel's argument is not.
等一
Wait
下
a，minute.
如果辩护人
What
有
if the
任何
defense
证
counsel
据
can prove that
发
there are 2
生过两次枪击
gunshots?
呢
哦，
Oh, if that's the case, then present the relevant evidence.
可心姐，
Christian, do you already know how to prove it?
其
Actually, I
实
haven't figured it out yet.
但过去
But
做
my
新闻
experience with
调查的之前
investigation
告
tells
诉
me your speculation is likely closer to the truth.
可是
How can we prove that there were 2
把贝
gunshots?
先生的话反
Let's
过
think
来
about
想
Mr. Joseph's words in reverse.
如果
If
现
there were
场
indeed
发
2
生
gunshots at the
自
scene,
强
there should have been 2 bullet holes.
那为什么
So why did we only find 1?
难道凶手
Could the murderer have hidden the bullet hole?
以前先生遇到这种
Whenever
情
Shen
况
encounters such a
都
situation,
喜
it's the
欢讲
rice.
一句话
He always says, like to say one thing.
凡有
All
其
contact leaves a trace. The evidence is not non-existent, but instead undiscovered.
说不定
Maybe the murderer did hide the bullet hole. There'd be traces left from the hiding, right? This thing appearing near the bullet hole is very suspicious.
这个
What
跟
does it
前
have to do with the gunshots? Let me think more about it. Come on.
说不定凶手真的
Moving the
能
desk.
证明发生
The
过
evidence
两
that,
次枪击的
that can
证
prove
据
there were 2 gunshots is on the carpet and the crime scene.
地毯
Carpet?
贝先生
Mr.
说
Joseph said there was only 1 bullet hole at the crime scene.
事实
In
上
fact, there are 2 bullet holes, one on the carpet and another on the floor
一
underneath
个
the
在地
carpet.
毯上
但两个弹孔的
But the
位置，
position of the 2 bullet holes are completely overlapping.
子弹穿过
The
被
bullet
害
hole
人
went through the
身体
victim's
后
body
射
and
穿
the
了
carpet and lodged itself in the floor
地
beneath.
毯下的地板，这是
This
同
is
一
caused by the same gunshot.
但如果我
But
们
what if the
看到
carpet we see is not in its original
不在原本
position?
位置这是书桌桌
There
墙
are indentations left by the desk legs on the carpet. Judging from the restoration of the indentations, the desk would not move for a long time. Originally, I couldn't understand why the desk changed its position. Now I finally have an answer. That's right. It's not the position of the desk that changed, but the position of the carpet. The culprit moved the carpet to align the bullet hole on the carpet with the one on the floor. This way, they can cover up the presence of another pistol. This explanation does make sense logically, but upon further consideration, it still seems strange. Indeed, the strangeness lies in, if the hole in the carpet is not made by the same gun as the one on the floor, then there should be another bullet hole on the floor that corresponds to the carpet. Additionally, there should be 2 bullet heads and 2 shells at the crime scene. Defense counsel, can you clearly explain where they went? Mr. Joseph's question is crucial. I must come up with an answer. Yeah, it's in the rice. It is indeed likely that the bullet head and shell were taken away by someone. The police have thoroughly searched this study a few times, and Cushion and I have also investigated. If they were still at the scene, they would have definitely been discovered. You're truly making stars turn in your own sky. The bullet hole is not on the floor. They could have shot the bullets into movable objects instead of the floor. We have inspected the entire study and didn't find anywhere that resembles a second shell. If the bullets were shot into an object, and the culprit took that object with him, so how did the culprit take away the bullet head then? Did anyone notice? There are several scattered rice grains near the bullet hole in the back of the carpet. Are these rice grains relevant to the case? Of course they are. That is the method the culprit used to take away the bullet head. What do you mean, with a few rice grains? A few rice grains wouldn't do much, but a bag of rice would be enough to catch the bullet head. Officer Lee, who examined the scene, reported that a bag of foreign rice was missing afterwards. I believe that the bag of rice was taken away by the culprit. They first placed the bag of rice under the carpet, then fired the gun. Rice grains dispersed and absorbed the energy of the bullet, capturing the bullet head in the bag. This method sounds quite plausible. The culprit used the bag of rice to take away the bullet head. The scattered rice under the carpet is a result of this process. This can explain why there's only 1 bullet hole on the floor. Defense counsel, you've almost convinced me. The method you described, although complex, can indeed explain some of the evidence at the scene. However, even if the court accepts your claim, what difference does it make? That question, I haven't thought about it yet. You haven't thought about it? I can give you some time to gather your thoughts. Well done, Afu. The scales of victory are beginning to tip on our favor, but my mind is now completely blank. Counsel, please listen carefully. Though you have successfully explained the issues of the bullet hole and fingerprints, you still haven't shaken one fundamental fact. The bullet that killed the victim came from a gun with the defendant's fingerprints on it. Furthermore, only the defendant could have taken the pistol from the crime scene to the theater. As long as these 2 questions remain unanswered, it is impossible for anyone else to be a perpetrator in this case. You understand? Defense counsel, did you hear the prosecutor's words clearly? Defense counsel, time is almost up. Do you have an answer? The timing. Whose voice is this? The key to the case is the timing, Afu. Shen! Everything up until now has been carefully planned. There are hidden details that I haven't fully grasped. I didn't want to involve you in them. Don't talk about involvement. If you have a problem, it's my problem too. If you want to uncover the truth behind it all, you must remember, the key to the case is timing, Afu. Understood. You didn't understand. You may experience moments of confusion. When you feel overwhelmed by the complexity, try entering your own mind palace. Huh? I also have a mind palace? Are we all kings in our mind? I thought that was a unique ability of yours, Shen. It's just a way of thinking. Oh, we got our own for Afu. Can I hide this? Is there a way to hide? Anyway, imagine a place, a space special in memories, and let them work together in chains and gears. There we go. The police captured Mr. Shen in the moment of taking the gun, not in the moment of placing it. The defendant was arrested at 8:30 p.m. and the gun was confiscated by the police. Yes, the seized weapon cannot be used for murder. The prosecutor's deduction is reasonable. I got it. Afu, are you okay? Judge Kwan is questioning. Cushion, I can piece everything together now, but there are still some uncertain details. I can only answer Judge Kwan's questions while thinking. Just say it, don't worry. Even if you say something wrong, I'll help cover for you. Defense counsel, I'll ask one last time. What are the facts that you advocate for? Judge Kwan, the key to the case is timing. Oh, how so? Mr. Joseph repeatedly mentioned that the reason why Shen is considered the culprit is that during the presumed time of death from 8 to 8:30 p.m., only he had entered and exited the scene. But in fact, the autopsy determined the time of death to be between 8 and 10 p.m. The reason why it was adjusted to before 8:30 is that the weapon was confiscated at that time. This reasoning seems flawless until just now. We discovered the existence of another gun. What do you think its existence changes? It changes everything in the reasoning, because that is the true murder weapon. Please tell us why you believe the gun to be the true murder weapon. Because the gun confiscated by the police cannot be used. The culprit must have used another gun. How do you explain that? We've discussed this before. The reason why the seized gun cannot be used for murder When discussing the photo, Koshin once pointed out, when Shen was arrested, he was taking the gun out of the locker, not placing it. Mr. Joseph insisted Mr. Shen took the gun from the foreign goods store due to the rifling marks. Now, all the evidence indicates that the murderer used two guns. Mr. Joseph's rebuttal is no longer valid. The gun was used by the culprit to frame Shen. It was always there and couldn't be used for murder. How do you explain the bullet and bullet hole at the crime scene, then? The rifling marks on the bullet match those of the confiscated gun. It suggests that someone did fire it at the floor of the crime scene. But this happened before Shen went to the foreign goods store. That's impossible. There's clearly blood on the bullet. The blood could have flowed into the bullet hole after the victim's death. That makes sense. Officer Wu, perhaps you should discuss the issue of the bullet hole's depth with the defense counsel. Issue of depth? Right, how do you explain the depth of the bullet penetrating the floor? If the culprit fired a shot into the floor and left the bullet in bullet hole, then it shouldn't have this depth. Wait, what? What? I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it, but I find it strange. Order in the court. Mr. Joseph, can you please explain it to me again? Judge Kwan, what Officer Wu means is, if the bullet hit the floor without piercing a human body, its power would be much— We already talked about the bag of rice, Joseph! The depth of the bullet hole left in the floor couldn't be what we see now. So you mean that all of the defense counsel's arguments are based on one core assertion? The bullet and the bullet hole were made before the defendant entered the crime scene, but they didn't consider the issue of bullet hole depth. If this issue is not resolved, then the defense reasoning will completely fall apart. Defense counsel, what about the issue of the bullet hole depth? Do you have a way to explain? Right, what exactly is the story behind the bullet hole? Judge, the defense counsel needs some time to prepare. Christian, I'm sorry. I completely overlooked this question. We've come this far, we can't give up now. Let's think this carefully again. At the crime scene, there must be something that has been overlooked. It's the bag of rice again! Or the fish scales. This is... It seems that a black carp was taken away from the cellar. This piece of debris is the deformed scale of the green fish that was hit by the bullet. A fish scale? Could it be? That's right, the culprit didn't shoot directly at the floor. Instead, he brought a fish from the cellar into the study and shot it at the floor. Shooting through a fish? It's like fish in a barrel, but outside of the barrel.
吴巡捕，如果现在
Officer Wu, if the bullet hole we see now was formed after the bullet went through the fish,
深度的问题
does the issue of depth still exist?
那
Then it no longer exists.
这样一来，
With this, the truth is about to be
凶
revealed.
手是在先生
The
之
culprit
前
entered the scene before Shen.
他将被
He
害人
knocked
击
the
晕
victim unconscious, hit him in the cellar, and took the pistol from the jar.
然后
Then he took a fish from the cellar to the study,
书房，
lifted the carpet, and shot through the
隔
fish.
着鱼水，留下子弹头和
Leaving
弹
the
孔
bullet and the hole, he restored the carpet and took away the fish and the shell.
这个凶手
Why did the culprit take away the bullet shell?
沈先生
Mr. Shen is a renowned detective, and the culprit may have been wary of him,
担心他发
worried
现
that he would become alerted if he found the bullet shell.
合理。
Makes sense. Please continue.
接下来，
Next, the culprit just hid the gun in the theater locker, waiting for the police to seal off the scene.
在确认先
After confirming Shen's arrest and the confiscation of the pistol, the culprit acted again.
他在弹孔
He
的上
placed the
方
bag of rice on top of the bullet hole and then covered it with carpet.
然后将被害
Then he
人
dragged the victim back to the scene and placed him on top of the bulging
还
rice
用另
bag.
一把相同口径的手
He used
枪
another
射
pistol
向
of
被
the
害
same caliber to shoot the victim.
他发现地
Seeing
毯
the two holes didn't match, he moved the carpet to align it with the hole on the floor.
最后
And finally, he kicked the body a few times to further hide the issue with the bullet trajectory.
原来
That's how it is.
这
This is the truth of the case.
大人，
Jar Jar client Mr. Shen Ping is not the culprit. Shen Chengping is not the culprit.
而是凶
He's a
手刻意
scapegoat
造成
deliberately
皮肤
framed
痒
by the real murderer.
请大人
Please make a verdict of not guilty. The defense counsel's viewpoint is quite insightful.
我说
And you, Judge Kwan, are you so easily convinced by such a flawed analysis?
两位大人
Your Honor, every step of Afu's analysis of the modus operandi is supported by evidence.
米粒出现
The
在
rice grains under the carpet and the fish scales in the bullet hole are not by
不是巧
coincidence.
合那么简单。
这些
These are not coincidence, but false clues intentionally left by the defendant.
线索。那枚
The
弹
fingerprints on that bullet shell were definitely wiped off by him. And now you have to prove
为
it.
什么这么说？
You have to prove it!
因为
Because Mr. Shen is a smart detective, he surely has strong counter-detection
这是
abilities.
你自己在上次
This was
庭
your
审
own
时
argument in the
提出的
previous
主
trial,
张
don't you remember? Uh-oh.
先生他
Shen would never fabricate evidence.
目的嘛
His purpose, of course, is to collude with the two defense counsels and help him get acquitted.
我
I
本来
object. This is an unjust accusation.
反对无效
Objection overruled.
辩护
The
人
evidence provided by the defense counsel does not have sufficient probative force.
贺大人
Judge Herman, but there's no evidence to support Sergeant Singh's argument.
我在公
During
共
my tenure in the international settlement, I saw many Chinese exploiting system loopholes.
我不希
I
望
do
这
not
种
want such matters to happen in this court. Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder. Defense counsel, please provide more compelling evidence. Well, what other evidence can there be?
有什么
Is
是
there anything that Mr.
神
Shen cannot forge?
阿福，
Afu, based on your reasoning, this murderer entered the scene after Mr. Shen's arrest. As long as you can prove this, it will prove Mr. Shen's innocence, right?
说不定
Maybe there's a witness at the scene who can tell us the answer? I mean, there was only one witness, right? Was it you?
辩护人呢
Counsel, do you have evidence to prove this person was at the scene when the murder occurred? Not really, it's just a hunch. Afu, this is crucial, let's think it over again. Okay,
我
let me think more about it. Person at the scene when the murder
说
occurred.
不定现场还真
There's a
有位目
witness
击
at the
者。
scene who can tell us the answer. Oh, right! The cat. What? The witness you mentioned is
细细养的
Cece's
猫
pet cat.
没错，
That's right, it's Mr. Ginger.
辩护人呢
Defense counsel, why do you believe that this Mr. Ginger was at the scene when the crime, the scene when the murder occurred? I heard from Cece that Mr. Ginger went missing on September 14th, the night of the crime. Yesterday, while searching the cellar at the foreign goods store, I happened to find him.
我说
Well, what does that prove? The cellar is a sealed space. Oh, both human and cat can only enter by the secret door in the study.
案发后
After the crime, the police promptly sealed off the scene, but did not find that there was a cellar.
发现地窖存直到昨
It
天
was not until yesterday that I accidentally opened the hidden door.
也就
So
是
you
说
mean Mr. Ginger has been trapped in that cellar all these
先
days?
生
Exactly.
调查现
When
场
we
的时候
investigated the scene, the secret door was closed,
门是
and
关闭
we
的
indeed didn't discover him.
这意味着
This means Mr. Ginger could only have entered the cellar before the police sealed off the scene.
巡捕方他很
It
可
is
能
very
是
likely that he entered the cellar with the murderer.
所以你
So
们
you
认
believe that
为
Mr. Ginger saw the murderer?
先生见到了凶手
Exactly. Then let's bring him in as a witness. Maybe he will tell you. Meow.
凶手
The
正
murderer is indeed Mr. Shen. He is the one who trapped me in the cellar.
那倒不
Not
必。
necessarily. Not necessary. Just let Mr. Joseph inform us of the specific time that Mr. Ginger went missing. I'm ashamed to say.
这几天
These past few days, Cece's grandfather took care of her. I don't know where or how the cat disappeared.
那
Well, is it possible to ask Cece to testify?
西西来作证。
西西
Cece is still too young. I'm afraid she won't be able to handle such a situation.
贝先生，
Mr. Joseph, please.
对先生来
This is the
说，
last chance for Shen.
那
Well, all right. Yay, little girl on the
我们
on
先
the
休息
stand.
片刻。
Since that's the case, let's take a short break and resume the trial later. Another break. Okay. Time for me to drink.
接下来我们把希望都寄托在西西身上了。
Now our hopes are all on Cece. Hope her testimony won't be too
不
surprising.
会太出人意料。
文大记者
Even Miss Wen has moments of being at a loss. Is it Toby Chang again? Screw this guy.
需不需要
Do you need
我？
my help?
程守禅
Toby Chang, what are you doing here?
哎，
Huh? Isn't that Shen's briefcase?
为什么
Why
会
is
在
that
你
in your
手
hands?
是仲
Chang
平
Ping asked me to deliver to you.
啊？
Shen?
先生
Shen's briefcase contains a large amount of relevant documents of the old case as well as the mesh.
你是什么时候
Toby
见
Chang,
过沈先
when
生
did？you meet Mr. Shen and why did he ask you to do something for him?
你忘了
Did？you forget? Chang Ping is the younger brother of my classmate.
你可是
You？
无利不起早。
He always sees any opportunity for personal gain.
哪
I
有
just
的事？
I just want to thank him for giving me the
我只是
opportunity
想
for an
感谢他
exclusive
给
interview.
了我独家专访的机会。
She's not doing her colon 3 smile.
徐先生，文小姐，
Mr. Xu
Thanks,
and Ms. Wen, the court trial is about to start.
既然东西已
So
经
the item has been delivered, I'll take my leave.
好好表现。
Perform well, I'll be outside waiting for good news from you. He's got headphones. Put on headphones.
Mr. Timwoodman, are we gonna see the wizard for real soon?
Yes, and you will meet more than one.
Mr. Ginger, are you ready to help Mr. Scarecrow now?
原来这位
So,
就是
this is
江
Mr.
先生
Ginger.
毛茸茸的
His
样
fluffy
子
appearance is quite
真是
adorable.
可爱。两位大人，
Your honors, I hope you're both well.
Old Belle, fancy joining me for a cuppa later?
You're still as refined as ever, Herman.
贝尔爵士，
Sir Bell, I never expected that this small case would also stir your involvement.
会审公谢
The court summoned my granddaughter to testify. I'm with her. Will this cause any inconvenience?
不会，
Of course
当然
not.
不会。
Timwood, 你就是
Excuse me,
巫师吗？
are you the wizard?
呃
Yes.
西西，
Cece,
爸爸和你说
I've told
过
you.
的，在法
In the
庭上
courtroom, you cannot speak without permission.
好的。
Okay,
是
Mr.
是
Lion. Children's words are harmless. They won't cause trouble.
关大人，
Judge Kwan, shall we start the trial?
证人西西，
Witness Cece, please describe the circumstances of how your cat Mr. Ginger went missing. Testimony.
That night, Mr. Timwoodman, Mr. Ginger, and I went to see magic. After the show, Mr. Timwoodman left to chop wood. Mr. Ginger and I took a pumpkin carriage home. On the way home, I fell asleep and I woke up to a noise. Then I found Mr. Ginger was gone. Thankfully, Mr. Scarecrow found him later.
南瓜马车，
Pumpkin carriage.
稻草人
Scarecrow.
魔法
Magic. This. Cece has a vivid imagination and likes to narrate her experiences using fairy tales.
贝先生，
Mr. Joseph, may I ask Cece some questions?
当然，
Of course. About the magic performance. Cece, can you tell me about the magic performance that night?
Someone stole Miss Witch's cards, but luckily she had enchanted them. So she could call their names without even looking, and the magic worked. The cards suddenly turned into flowers, then the flowers into a dove. It flew away.
蒙眼猜牌
Blindfolded card guessing, playing cards into flowers. This is Julia's magic trick, the wonderful hands.
贝先生，
Mr. Joseph, may I ask you some questions? All right.
当然，
So, this definitely indicates that the cat went missing after the magic show, but the magic show ended after Shen was already arrested, pretty sure, or around the same time at least. All right, about the woodman chopping pumpkin.
Can you tell me about Mr. Tin Woodman chopping wood?
Mr. Tin Woodman has a sharp axe that can split any wood. After the show, he took his axe to chop wood so Cece could stay warm.
Huh?
I didn't understand that at all.
Cece,
Cece, can you explain it?
can you explain it to Mr. Scarecrow in a simpler way? After all, I haven't got a real brain yet.
Let me
我来解释
explain
一下西
Cece's
西的话
words.
吧。表演结
After
束
the show,
后
Woodman Bell
贝尔有工作要处理。
had some work to attend to, so the driver took Cece home first. Oh, I see.
贝先生，我可以
当然，
About the pumpkin
Can you
carriage.
tell me what is the pumpkin carriage?
A pumpkin carriage is simply that, a pumpkin carriage. Mr. Scarecrow, haven't you tried one?
Huh? Well, I guess not.
Cece, is a pumpkin carriage pulled by horses?
There is no horses. Of course, Mr. Coachman can do magic. He just spins the wheel in his hand and the pumpkin carriage flies.
我
I
明白
understand
了。
now. It's a car.
贝先生
Alright, and about the noise.
Cece, what does the noise that woke you up sound like?
It was a really loud noise.
Could it be the sound of a gunshot? A loud bang?
No, it wasn't a bang, it was a dong dong dong.
很响
Bell
的咚咚咚声，难道是报时的钟声？
Cece, how many bell songs did you hear?
Mr. Ginger, do you remember? Neither Cece nor Mr. Ginger remember.
阿福，你对
Ooh,
西西
what
的
do you think
证
of
言怎
Cece's
么看？
testimony?
只要把证
By
言
combining the
与这些
testimony
证
with
据
this
结合
evidence,
起
we can
来
infer the time when Mr.
就能
Ginger went missing.
Cece,
Cece, do you know what
do
this
you
is?
know what
Oh,
is this?
Is it Miss Witch's picture?
Did she perform magic for you on the night that Mr. Ginger went missing?
Yes, she did. Miss Witch turned the cards into flowers.
江恩先生是在魔术表
Mr.
演
Ginger
散
went
场后
missing
走失
after
的
the match
也
performance,
就
which
是
is
晚上
after
8点
8:45
45分以
p.m.
后。他被关
The
入
time
地
he was
窖
locked in the
的时间
cellar
以
cannot be
后
before that.
而晚上
And
8
at
点
8:30 p.m.,
30
Mr. Shen has already been
是在上
arrested.
演
Yes, indeed.
关大人，贝先
Judge
生，
Quan,
那个打开
Mr. Joseph, the person who opened the secret door to the cellar is the real culprit.
对于辩护
Regarding the
人
council's
这一
argument, does the
说法
prosecutor have anything to say?
辩护
The
人的
defense
质疑
counsel's doubts
是合
are
理的。
valid.
这次
I lost.
贝尔这
Prosecutor Bell, I've never seen you admit defeat in court before.
法庭上
江先生这一
Mr.
事
Ginger's revelation overturns all of my previous logic.
即使命案发
Even
生
if the
在
murder occurred at 8 p.m.,
进入
the
地下
person entering the cellar would have
一
found the
定会
body.
发现书房此人却没有
However,
任何
this
表示
person showed no signs of it, which is illogical.
约瑟，
Joseph, you've never lost in court before.
这次的
This
经
experience
历
of failure can also be considered a kind of
也
gain.
是一种收获。贝尔
Bell!
这是
Mr. Bell!
关大人
Judge Quan, since Mr. Bell has spoken, shall we bring this case to a close? Now, Sherman and I are on the same page.
那就请
And
被
please
告
bring the defendant to the court. Cool! Now we need to find out who actually did it!
虽然本案的
Although the
真
true
相
culprit of this
尚
case has
未
not
归
been caught yet,
但被告
but the
身上
suspicions of the
嫌
defendant have
疑
been cleared. If there were no objections, I will proceed with the verdict. The trial of Shen Chengping, a Chinese accused of shooting and murdering Stone Wu. The verdict for the defendant Shen Chengping is not guilty. Yay!
可惜
Koshin, we finally won! This battle was really not easy. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you all for your hard work. This trial will adjourn. Uh-oh.
且慢，
Wait a minute.
这个
My voice. Shen, what are you doing? Shen!
庭审还不能结
The
束，
trial cannot end yet,
因为本案
because the true culprit of this case is right here in the courtroom.
沈先生
Mr. Shen, you already figured out who the real culprit is?
请关大人
Judge
下
Quan, please order a temporary lockdown at the court, or there will be another murder.
但这
But this is in the international settlement.
上海道
The
台，
Shanghai governor has this authority.
一切说出嫌
Would you
犯
reveal the suspect's name? The police will take control of them.
此案不仅
This
仅
case
是
is not just about capturing the culprit. There is a mastermind hiding in the shadows.
幕后主
The
使。
mastermind?
这起案件并
This
非
this
孤案
case is not just a single
与
case.
我追查了3
Its
年的旧
intricate
案，
connections to an old case have been investigated for 3
近日
years.
迅速尘上的大盗
It is
案。
also related to the recent high-profile theft
沈
case.
先生，
Mr. Shen, the jurisdiction of this court is limited to your alleged murder of Stone
无论
Wu.
是指控真凶，
Whether it is accusing the true culprit or reporting the thief, please go to the police
经
station.
巡捕房查证，
After the police verify the information, the prosecutor can initiate legal
不
proceedings.
可。
No, if the trial ends now, there will be another bloodshed for sure.
贺大人，
Judge Sherman, how about following Mr. Shen's suggestion and sealing off the court first?
待他所
It
指
wouldn't hurt to unseal it after the person he accuses has been arrested and detained.
关大人如何确定？
Judge Quan, how can you be sure that the person he accuses should be detained? Just in case, you know.
二位大人可
Your
以，
honors, you can detain me as well.
如果沈某
If I
弄
make a
错，
mistake, I'm willing to bear the responsibility for false accusation and framing. Judge Sherman, it's a matter of life and death. I think you'd better believe it.
关大人
It's up to you, Judge Quan.
委屈各位
And I'm sorry to ask you all to wait in this courtroom for a while.
来人，
Guards, lock down all entrances and exits of the courtroom. Report, the mixed courtroom has been locked down. No one is allowed to enter or leave without permission.
劳了。
Thank you for your assistance.
正
John, please share your analysis. The truth behind the murder of Stone Wu.
阿福和文小姐，
The deduction made by Afu and Miss Wen regarding the murder's modus operandi are reasonable.
那把手枪
It is true that I retrieved the pistols from locker
此
212.
前，
Previously, as a suspect, my testimony was not accepted.
现在
Now, you should be able to believe someone is using the police's arrest operation to frame me.
由于行动是保
As the arrest is confidential, the framing can succeed only if two major prerequisites are met.
其一，
First, the framer has inside information on the theft case and uses it to facilitate the arrest.
其二，
Second, the framer had the opportunity to hide the gun inside the theater locker.
掌握大盗案线
The
报。
person with the information on the theft and the chance to hide the gun is... Singh.
两个
The
条件
person
都
who meets
符合
both
的人
conditions
只
is
有
none other than Sergeant Singh. I knew you would try to pin the blame on me.
你是说
Are you saying that when Officer Wu testified, you realized you'd been exposed?
案件发生那天晚
On the
上
night of the case, we
我们接到
received
命
orders to gather at the Lyceum Theater at 7:15
到
p.m.
现场才知道，
It was only at the scene that we learned Sergeant Singh received a tip-off.
行动之前
Before the operation, Singh had already checked the lockers. They were all empty.
你就是在检
You
查
put the gun in the locker when you were checking them, didn't you?
我说
Hey, you, so you think this clumsy ploy can deceive me?
你不过
You're
就是
just
想
seeking revenge on me.
辛格学长
Sergeant Singh, the secret arrest operation should be known only to you and the police involved.
你又是其
And you were the
中
only one who went to the theater alone.
不是你
If it
放的
wasn't you who
枪
put the gun
还
in,
能是
then
谁
who else could it be?
我们这次行动，
The operation was solely to track down that sly thief.
我是接到
I arranged the operation only after receiving the tip-off.
辛格巡长
Sergeant Singh, could you show us the tip-off?
给你看
There's
看。
no harm in showing it to you.
9月14日晚
China's
8点
Phantom will transfer stolen goods through Lyceum's Theater's locker
召接
at 8:30 p.m. September 14.
线报没有
The
署
tip-off
名
is not signed, and the letters on it look like they were cut from the
都像是
newspaper.
从报纸上剪下。
这张纸条的样
The
式
style of this note is identical to the two other notes, or to the other two notes Chen received.
不知这条线报
I wonder where this tip-off came from.
那是机密
That's。confidential. Why should I tell you?
提供
The
线报
person who
的
provided
人
the tip-off
很
is
可能
likely
是杀害
the
我
one who
的
killed Mr.
下
Wu and
一
framed
步
Mr. Shen.
你不想抓住
Don't you
他
want to capture them? You,
辛格巡长，
Sergeant Singh, please disclose the source of the
作
tip-off.
为检察官
As a prosecutor, I have the authority to know this information.
那是
It was an anonymous letter received in the reward mailbox.
仅此而已
Is。that all?
看在
I
天
swear
上
by the Guru that what I said is true.
是那凶手
It's
太
because of the
狡
murderer was too cunning, they misled us with a false
请
tip-off.
问辛格巡长，
May I ask, Sergeant Singh, how many arrest operations were organized on the evening of the 14th?
当然只
There
有
was only one, of course.
这就有些
Yet there were multiple
悬
tip-offs.
赏信箱中的
Since the
信
letters
件
in the reward mailbox triggered the arrest, why didn't this piece of evidence? I remember Officer Wu mentioning something about clues regarding the reward for the theft case. After the reward was reports flooded in like snowflakes. Most of them were hearsay and baseless rumors, adding more confusion to the investigation. I've also seen a few letters that predicted the activities of the thief on September 14th. May I ask, Sergeant Singh, what is so special about this letter that among so many leads, only this one triggered the arrest operation? Well, I've been serving as a searcher for many years. Naturally, I have my own judgment. How did you make your specific judgment? The reward letters usually include an address as the informant's goal, is to claim the reward. But this letter didn't leave anything. Experience and intuition told me that this information might be true, so I arranged the arrest. It is not unreasonable for Sergeant Singh to take action based on experience. I'm afraid I've been manipulated by the murderer. Mr. Shen, do you have anyone else to accuse? Please hurry. Judge Kwan, this letter is new evidence. I need to examine it more carefully. Sergeant Singh's reasons seem to make a little sense. Are you still suspicious of him? It's not that simple. Let's see if we can find some clues from this letter. We can rotate. Why can we rotate? This is handwritten. This is handwritten as well. But I don't know if that's what we're looking for. Transfer stolen goods. (8:30 p.m. September 14. Shen, this anonymous letter and the 2 notes you received look very similar. The letters on them were all cut from somewhere and then pasted together. And it seems highly likely the work of the same person. The paper used for printing is thin and rough, like newspaper. Let me smell. This ink smell is undoubtedly from a newspaper. It's just common stationery, easily found anywhere. Why is the back empty? It seems like there are other words on the back of the letter. I cannot see anything. What do you mean? But it's not very clear. Try holding it up to the light. Oh, there are indeed words. Too messy, it's difficult to distinguish. Can we find a way to remove the paper fragments? Try heating up with fire to melt the adhesive. It should be almost done. I'm gonna do this for everything. Han Yang? Why would Han Yang be mentioned suddenly? Is this your report, Koshin? Hat. There's a picture on the back of the paper fragment. It looks like a hat. And there are 3 partial words, each only a half. It looks like the words holding a gun. Hat. The more I look at it, the more familiar it becomes. It's Shen's hat. Lupin? In that case, Lupin, in that case, the Shanghai Phantom actually has some similarities to Lupin. Roman numeral 4, not very common, should refer to the games of the 4 Olympiad. Will we send a team to participate someday? These paper fragments were all cut from newspapers. We're currently looking at the backside of the newspaper content. Shen, I got it! The pattern on the back of the Lyceum Theater, it's your hat! Indeed. Could it be that the person writing the anonymous letter is trying to imply something? Are there any traces of processing or touch-ups on these paper fragments? No, they're all ink printed.
你记得哪些
Do you
报
remember
纸？
which newspapers published my photos? Yay, the one we don't need to see details on.
想起来
I
了，
remember now. It's this article.
侦探沈
Detective
正
Chen
平
Chengping arrested last night. Why
持枪闯军
I broke into the theater holding a gun. Uh-oh. How could you have used this for this item when the story was printed the day after, huh? Huh?
那答
The
案
answer is quite obvious then.
辛格
Sergeant saying the anonymous letter you presented is forged. How dare you say that?
匿名
The
信
paper
上
fragments on the anonymous letter were cut from a newspaper.
这一张尤为特殊，
The fragment is special. On its back is a drawing of Shen's hat with the words holding a gun.
它来源于9月
It comes from an
15日
article of Shanghai News on September 15.
侦探沈正
Detective
平
Shen Chengping
逮捕
arrested last night. Why broke into the theater holding a gun?
匿名信若
If the anonymous letter was not fabricated afterwards, how could there be a news of Shen's arrest on the back of the paper fragment? The news press! The person who wrote the anonymous letters from the news press!
获报是日
Shanghai News is a daily newspaper printed and sold on the same day. Even the newspaper editors cannot obtain the newspaper a day in advance.
信哥，
Sing, did you kill Stone Wu?
你不说
You're
话
not saying anything, so that means you're admitting it, right? Well, don't do that.
辛格巡长，
Sergeant Singh, we don't know each other. Having briefly met that afternoon in the store,
你不会平白
you
无
wouldn't
故
unjustly
追
frame me unless someone instigated you to do so. No, that's not true. No one instructed me. Then why did you set Shen up? Enough, I admit it. It was me, I did it all. Silence. Sergeant Singh, why did you kill Stone Wu?
我有
He had evidence against me.
他几
He
次
threatened
骚
me
扰
many
威
times, so I
胁
killed
我
him to silence him.
那你为
And
何
why did you frame Mr. Shen?
因为他
Because he was a perfect scapegoat and he happened to cross paths with me.
嗯，
Well, that does make sense. Does it, though?
贺大人
What does Judge Herman think?
既然辛
Since
格
Sergeant
巡
Singh
长
is already
已经
confessed, let
认
the
罪
police take custody of him. This case has had its twists and turns, but the truth will finally come to light. No, that's still not the truth.
沈先
Mr.
生
Shen, do you have anything to add?
辛格巡长，
Sergeant Singh framed and set me up, but he is not the murderer of Stone Wu.
沈仲平，
Shen Chengping, I've already confessed. What else do you want?
按照文小姐
According to
法
Miss
我推测的作案手法
Wen and Apu's deduction on the modus operandi,
辛格巡长
Sergeant Singh had a
有
concrete
确凿
alibi. He couldn't have been at the store committing murder. This can't be possible.
辛格巡长
Sergeant Singh's alibi. I think I've heard the police officers mention it. Didn't sleep well last night. Didn't sleep at all. Hardly slept at all. So that shooting case? Sergeant Singh led the team himself. They were arrested and interrogations. Nobody was allowed to leave the police station. You should take a nap. I'll take the patrol. But if Sergeant Singh is not the murderer, then who could it be? Well, obviously it's this dude. Watson.
凶手熟悉洋货铺，
Murderer is familiar with the store, knows about the cellar, and where Stone Wu hid the gun.
更关键的
More
是，
importantly, when I saw this person again, there was an additional mark on their body.
是在作案
It
过
was
程
formed
中
during the commitment of the crime.
熟悉洋
Familiar
货
with the
铺
foreign goods store with a distinctive mark on their
身上
body?
都有特殊的
Could it be? Was it Mr. Ginger? Was it Mr. Ginger? Was it her?
先生
Jen, I figured it out. It's actually Ting Shang who's the true culprit.
没错，
That's right. The person who killed Stone Wu is Ting Shang, the assistant of the store. How could it be her?
丁香，
Ting Shang, please come to the court.
给大家
I'm sorry for causing trouble.
我
I was just curious about what the trial would be
好
like.
奇
丁香，
Ting Shang, you have anything to say regarding Mr. Shen's accusations?
沈先生
Mr. Shen is right.
这一
It's
切
all my fault.
老板
The
肯定
boss must have been killed because of me being
我
hired.
经常
I've
搞
messed
砸
things up and made him unhappy.
我还是个
I'm just the
倒霉
cursed person always bringing misfortune to others.
真
I
的
truly regret it.
如果我
If
没
I hadn't taken the job at the foreign goods store, the boss, this wouldn't have happened.
沈先
Mr.
生，
Shen, are you saying Ting Shang is the murderer?
他看
She
起来
appears to be timid and
丁
harmless.
香姑娘，
Ting Shang, there's something I'm curious about.
我听说
I heard you were there for the initial investigation and helped the police with the inventory. But the police officers didn't discover the cellar in the study. Did Mr. Wu ever mention it to you? I don't know. I've only been at the foreign goods store for a short time. I'm still adjusting to everything. It's not my fault. I didn't work hard enough. If I could have gained more trust from the boss, maybe he would have told me important things.
陈先生，
Mr. Shen, do you have evidence to prove that Ting Xiang is the culprit? Afu, did you notice?
在丁香的
There's
身
a
上
mark on Ting Xiang's body was made during the crime. I mean, she's got these 2 marks on her, like, arms. There are cat scratches. Oh, there's frostbite, okay. Ting Xiang, if you didn't know there was a cellar in the study, then how do you explain the frostbite on your wrist? There's indeed a frostbite mark on Ting Xiang's wrist. Could it be that she, like Mr. Ginger, came into contact with dry ice? It's September, the weather's still warm. If it's not from contact with dry ice, how could Ting Xiang have frostbite on her wrist?
不知这
I wonder what dry ice is. It's a solidified carbon dioxide used mainly for preservation in carbonated drinks. Rarely found. Dry ice is extremely cold and can cause frostbite when it comes in contact with the skin. A few days ago, while helping my boss move fish, I accidentally came into contact with dry ice. The appearance of frostbite wounds varies in different stages of the healing process. I meant that morning when Mr. Shen and you came. No need to lie anymore, Ting Xiang.
丁香，
Ting Xiang, please take care of Miss Li. Okay, sure.
我们来拜
When
访
we visited, there were no injuries on your hand. Not only did I see it, Officer Wu, Miss Li, and Afu can all testify to it. Shen, you're indeed correct. At the time, Ting Xiang had no injuries on her hand.
事已至
At this stage, are you still unwilling to discard the disguise? It seems that this introverted persona is truly unsuitable for the courtroom. You know, when you reveal a personality change like that, it just makes you less believable. As, like, you know... Huh? When did you figure it out?
天下午在洋货
That afternoon at the store, I noticed the calluses between your thumb and index finger.
这是长时
It
间
is a
握
typical
持
sign
枪
of prolonged use of firearms. You're indeed interesting. No wonder he has such a great reputation. Where did the marks on your face come from? I made a mistake earlier. Wait, did she always have those?
可惜
No, she was hiding them, I guess. Unfortunately, at that time, I just found it strange.
却没能
But I wasn't truly alarmed.
直到我发
Until I
现
discovered you came to the courtroom in disguise, I fully confirmed my suspicions. What suspicions?
你是受托
You
杀
were hired to kill, and your purpose was to silence. So, Mr. Shen, what do you think? Why did I come here?
得手之后，你本可
You
以
could have escaped, but instead you risked it all by showing up at the trial for one
你
reason.
的任务还没有
Your
结
mission
束
is not yet finished. Oh, how I want to open and see that clever brain of yours. Guards, quickly arrest her!
大人且
Wait,
慢，
Judge, I still have questions for her.
沈先生，
Mr. Shen,
我知道
I
你
will
想
know
问
what you want
什
to
么
ask.
不过，
However, I only speak the
何止
truth
和
to the
死
dead.
人
如果我没
If I'm
猜
not
错，
mistaken, all of this is to cover up the truth of my brother's murder.
这
John, what have you discovered during this time?
你认为当年
What do you
案
think
件
is
的
the
真
truth
相
of the case from years ago? Loading? Loading? Is the real truth loading? 4 days ago in the police station's prison cell. The inventory has been switched to the evidence, the stabbing case. The stabbing case? Oh, the case from the brother.
沈先生，
Mr. Shen, it's time to eat.
谢谢武兄。
Thank you. Officer Wu, please just put it on the ground.
好，
Okay, I'll collect it later. Man, did you get chalk? How are you writing this down?
何必装出
Why bother pretending to be diligently investigating the case?
你心里清楚
You know
的。
very well that after Stonewoo's
无从
death, all the
好意思
previous efforts have been in
前面
vain.
的我说过，
I've said that it is none of your business.
你浪费了3年
You've
时间，
wasted 3 years of your time, and now you've
现在
even
弄得
landed
自己
yourself in
身陷
prison.
却还在
And
嘴
you're
皮。
still being stubborn.
Face reality, John. The one who killed your brother was himself.
Young man, I'll say this one last time. Your brother has recent bruising on the fingertips. Similarly, there are fresh scratches on the chair legs where he was sitting. This indicates that he was still conscious shortly before his death. But even with your suggested method, a conscious person awaiting death from a falling dagger should still be considered a suicide.
We had the coroner re-examine the body, and there were no signs of localized anesthesia. We speculate your brother held the dagger through his shirt sleeves. No fingerprints were left.
But why all the setup?
Parents passed away early. My brother took care of me as I grew up. I know he was incredibly resilient. No matter the challenges, he would never give up on life.
John, I understand your feelings. Everyone's done their best, be it you or us. Please sign here.
Currently dissociating because I'm thinking about pizza that I want to eat later.
Sign it or not.
The face floating in the background.
Period is up. He will be cleared from the cold storage tomorrow.
Aye. Sign away, John. It's time to look forward.
后来，你被迫
Later,
签了
you were
字
forced to sign the document,
但也按下
but
决
you were also
心
determined to find the murderer.
此后3年，
Over the next 3 years, you traveled between China and the UK, gathering every possible
收集
clue.
一切源你深度调
Did I get the
查
picture? I don't know if I got the photo.
提及的每一
You
个人，
thoroughly investigated every person mentioned in the case files and anyone related to them.
你甚至针对每个人
You even formulated detailed revenge plans for each person as if they were all criminals.
你收集
Dang
的
it!
资料
The text appears too fast. The information you collected has filled the entire room, becoming too much to carry around.
于是
So you memorized all the details and cross-referenced them in your mind.
放在脑海内。而这一切
All of this has exceeded the limits of what your brain can process.
大脑
Strongest crossbows cannot pierce gowns at their end. Shen, you need to rest. Don't overexert yourself.
努力了3
3
年
years
都
of
没有
hard
结
work
果
and yet no
你有
results.
没有想过
Have you ever considered that what you're trying to prove may be fundamentally wrong? I know. All those doctors said that you would never be able to speak again. But I won't give up.
不，
No, you're the one oversimplifying the issue.
哥哥的命案现场
Brian's murder scene matches the depiction in Death Under the Casin. It cannot be
而是
coincidence.
模仿杀人
It's a case of copycat crime.
凶手是知道小说
Murderer is someone who knows the contents of the novel.
真
It
是
seems
撞
you've
到
hit
了
a wall and
难的
refuse to
行业
turn back.
你连作者
You don't even know who
都不知道
Kanesura is, and yet you want to find other people?
我怎么不知道？
How could I not know Kanesura is Sonwoo? You must be kidding. I have no clue
我哪里会
with writing a novel.
武松
Sonwoo indeed doesn't seem like someone who could write novels.
哦，
It's Toby!
你的直觉
Your tuition
显
is
然
clearly under about. No, it's not. My intuition tells me that Brian is the author of Death Under the Casin.
你就是凭直觉成为
Did you
侦
become a detective solely based on intuition?
为何会这么
Why
想？
would I think that way?
似乎有一
What
种
evidence
物品
suggests that the
证
book
明
was written by Brian? The Sky Lanterns. homicide occurred. He set up the homicide. He set it up to make it look like a murder for some reason. Your intuition is clearly okay.
似乎有一件物品表明，
I mean, it could have been the missing book.
你的直觉似乎有一件物品。
Was there more? Oh, there was more. Both what Stone Wu said and the photo indicate Brian has been to the Wu's family ancestral hall.
那是我们家的旧祠堂。
This is my family's ancestral hall. How did you know that?
哦，
Oh, it must be Brian who told you.
而勾陈
And
巨石
Kanesura, inspired by the caisson in the hall,
写了
wrote
造景之上
death under the caisson.
勾陈之下，
Kanesura, at heaven's very heart. Kanesura is the North Star.
怎会没想
How could I have not thought of that?
北极星是天空中唯一的
Kanesura is the star that remains fixed in the
它
sky,
会一直待在，
always staying in the northern celestial pole.
无论离家多
No
远，
matter how far away from home, as long as you find Kanesura,
就能找到
you
回家
find the way
的
back
方向。
home.
如果
If Brian is Kanesura,
你应该明白
you know what that
意味是什
implies. The murderer is an acquaintance of Brian in London. This person is not only familiar with his life, but also familiar with this
调查
novel.
过他认识的每
You've
个
investigated everyone he knows. Does such a person
各
exist?
个在伦敦的熟人
There aren't many acquaintances of Brian in London, and they all have solid alibis.
你应该明白这意味着什么。
The murderer is an avid reader of Death Under the Caisson. Only such a person would attempt to recreate the murder method depicted in the story, but the book has not been publicly
也没有
published.
任何迹象表明
There is no indication that this novel is circulated in
你应
London.
该明白这意味着什么。
Murders. Could it be the murderer stumbled upon the novel by chance?
小说的某些
Did he
情节
develop hostility toward Brian due to certain plots in the novel? What if the novel has never been published? Where did this hostility come from?
把时间浪费
Are
在
you
这
more
些
inclined to
轻
waste
松
time on these far-fetched assumptions
不愿面对
rather
真
than confront the real answer? The real answer.
答案？
You already knew the
早
answer.
就知道了。
It's all the same answer. He killed himself. Something happen if I don't click it? Oh, I have to hold it. Interesting. But why? There's someone clearly trying to stop us from finding out that he killed himself or something.
哥哥，
Brian, I understand now.
问题
The
从来
question
不
has
是
never
会
been
不会。
whether or not, but rather why. Oh, ghosts!
仲平，
Ping.
我们一起找
Let's
出
find the truth together. Oh, we're merging.
以本物之象，
All objects and all images settle in different locations sequentially. Okay. We have to organize things. How do we do this? Alright, method in the novel, there's a missing book. On the day of the incident, Mr. Chang felt that someone was surveilling her house and had informed Brian about the situation. At the time of his murder, Brian's body was contorted, resembling symptoms of strychnine poisoning, yet the toxicology report came back negative. Exploring methods for extracting brucine from Nux vomica. Alright, discover of the body. By the police. 228. I'm not sure what we're trying to do. Distress telegram at 2:05. Estimated time of death, 2 o'clock. Ink stains on the spine. Police district map. Given these 2 points, it is difficult to draw a convincing conclusion. Alright, we just... Let's see. The sending time of the alarm telegram is very close to the moment of Brian's death. It says that the person who sent the alarm was at the scene of the crime. Missing book. No. This research paper about brucine was found on Stonewoo's desk. The paper mentions a new drug called brucine that can be extracted from Nux vomica plant. Auntie Vu, I believe Brian's occurrence of opisthotonus is due to strychnine poisoning, but toxicology tests showed that there was no strychnine residue in Brian's body. A new drug called brucine is likely responsible for causing this. The wrong police went... No, wait. Let's see, the missing book. Telegraph machine, distress signal, telegraph machine. On the day of the murder, someone did use the telegraph machine, but not to retrieve the key. Since the trap in the room were already arranged by Brian, and the telegraph was sent immediately, the person who sent the alarm telegram is very likely to be Brian. It is evidence that Brian had already become aware of being poisoned and closely watched. This is what prompted him to choose suicide. Telegram sent. Brian arranged the mechanism and sent the telegram right before his death. Clearly, he wanted the police to be the first one to discover his death scene. There must be some special motive behind this. Normally, this case is to be handled by Westminster Police Station. It's closer to the scene. Due to the receipt of the alarm telegram, Kensington Police Station became involved in the case. Is this the purpose behind Brian's decision to go further away for help? Yes, it must be for this person. It wasn't for Joseph. Brian's friend Joseph is serving as sergeant at Kensington Police Station. Brian sent the telegram to him. He realized he couldn't escape the fate of death, so he left some clues at the scene for Joseph. He must have been very desperate at that moment. He had no choice but to be cautious of everyone. He had to convey the message in a secretive manner. Brian wouldn't do anything meaningless before his death. His suicide by imitating the methods and death under the casein must be related to this purpose. It's very likely, his means of conveying the message. But why was he so certain that Joseph would be able to understand his intention? Brian, welcome back to the Conan Doyle Book Club. Enjoy the return, Joseph. They're both members of the Conan Doyle Book Club. It is highly likely that Brian showed Joseph death under the casein before. That's where the missing book is. Joseph found the book! The missing book is likely the manuscript of death under the case, and Joseph took it with him. There, Brian must have left his death note inside. Oh, we achievement unlocked. In the case years ago, my brother indeed set up the mechanism and stabbed himself in the case, or in the chest. You finally accepted the truth. How could this happen? Even so, the case left behind many mysteries. Among them, the one that puzzles me the most is... Joseph, you clearly know better than me the connection between the crime scene and that novel. Why did you hide it from me? In the book you took from the scene, there's something my brother left for you, right? What? My brother sent a telegram to the Kensington department before he died, for you as his best friend. It was to ensure that you could enter the scene as soon as possible. Joseph, are you still planning to keep it a secret? In fact, it was Brian's intention to keep it from you. What? What do you mean? I met Brian at the Conan Doyle Book Club. He loved Conan Doyle's novels and even attempted to write his own. This notebook contains all of his manuscripts, and Brian only showed them to me. Death Under the Casein is my favorite piece. He even recreated the tricks mentioned in the book in his study. Unexpectedly, in the end, he reminded me to read the notebooks in such a way. What else is in the notebook? Besides the novel manuscript, there's also a research report on cocaine tucked in the notebook. Alright, he handed over the notebook to Shen Changping. Shen, I think I've heard you mention the name croc before. That's a plant. My brother learned about cocaine from from an article by Freud and studied it for many years. According to the research paper, he discovered a new drug, cocaine, from croc plant. He wanted to develop an opium cessation drug to suppress withdrawal symptoms after opium addiction. Unfortunately, this research did not ultimately succeed. Is it because the new drugs cannot effectively suppress opiate addiction? On the contrary, patients quickly get rid of their dependence on opium after using the new drug. But without exception, they develop a strong craving for the new drug. Are you saying that after years of studying cocaine, instead of developing a quit smoking medication, he ended up with a more potent drug than opium? From the research materials left by Brian, it appears to be the case. Okay. So everything my brother did was to entrust these documents to you. I think yes. I'm getting more confused. So were they trying to prevent people from discovering this new drug? If Brian was just trying to hand over the documents to Mr. Joseph, why did he commit suicide? He did this for... Joseph, let me take care of this. What are you up to, sir? Old Bell. You familiar with what happened back then? Brian's research project was funded by me. The tragedy 3 years ago, I still find it regrettable to this day. Officer, quickly fetch a chair for Mr. Bell. Testimony. Alright. When Joseph introduced Brian to me, his research was under the suppression of the Sassoon family. The Sassoon family? The Jewish tycoon that prospered from the opium trade? Exactly. At the time, Brian faced numerous difficulties, almost being forced to drop out. I funded him with a supportive mindset, and unexpectedly, his research soon yielded results. A year later, he successfully crafted the initial version of the opium cessation drug. Regrettably, in clinical trials, the drug demonstrated a significant risk of addiction. Very shocked nurses here. This patient, who self-administered a large dose, became highly agitated and succumbed to arrhythmia. This incident left Brian profoundly remorseful and plunged him into deep confusion. In subsequent research, Brian consistently tried to decrease the amount of cocaine in the drug. Finally, successfully formulated a reagent capable of eliminating fatigue and uplifting mood. But with prolonged observation, subjects still showed tendencies toward drug abuse and addiction. Shortly afterward, tragedy struck again. Another patient who took the drug had strong hallucinations and ignited a fire in the hospital. This devastating fire became the final straw that broke Brian's mental state. The real reason Brian chose to deliver the information to Joseph in an extreme way was to have Joseph halt the development of the opium cessation drug. But actually, he could have approached me directly to convey his concerns. No wonder 3 years ago Watson Pharmacy ceased all operations related to opium cessation drugs. Is it necessary to keep such things from me? Brian wanted to develop opium cessation drugs, but ended up creating a new addictive substance. I think there's still something missing. There's still something more here. That's why he didn't want you to know about it. We've wasted too much time on Mr. Shen's personal affairs. Now that the facts are clear, we should shift our focus to the current case. Mr. Shen, do you intend to persist on pursuing your brother's case? To get to the bottom of things. No, I don't think that's the truth. If Brian took his own life out of guilt, it still doesn't explain the existence of this fact. Someone was monitoring his house. The evidence does not contradict the conclusion that okay. I need to reconsider. Alright. Contradict. We're finding contradictory evidence. Okay. Why does it say a homicide? Okay. No strychnine found. Ashes found. Sudden cardiac arrest. Recently you healed wound at the dorsum of the right foot. Something that proves he didn't commit suicide. Or didn't commit suicide out of guilt. Strong stimulating effect. What could it be? Doesn't if he took his own, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't explain why he had to have Joseph get it, I guess. What am I looking for? No abnormalities, no defense wounds. Epistotonus. Bruising on fingers. Only family photo left with a corner of Lord Shen missing, folded away. I don't know what else we're looking for here. Oh, just as the medication is proven ineffective, small trials, congratulations. Not your fault, don't blame yourself. Drug development, challenging path, keep going, believe optimism needed. Assistance is offered anytime, stay positive, understand concerns. Office meeting tomorrow, it's probably this then, right?
哥哥引咎自尽，我需要重新考。
What do we need?
哥哥引咎自尽。
What are we looking for? Brian took his own life out of guilt. Doesn't explain this fact. What if Lord Shen capturing the moment Brian and Changping released Skylanders, taken before the family's tragedy? Missing book. I don't know, fam.
哥哥引，我需要重新考虑一下。哥哥引咎自尽。
What are we looking for? I don't know. Wait, oh, the fire happened after.
哥哥引咎自尽，我需要。
Wait, what?
然而，
For a long period of time before Brian's tragic death, he was in a very poor mental state. His diary showed signs of suicidal tendencies. This is a dead end. Everything else is meaningless. Everything is meaningless. No, it's not that. It's not like that. Please accept our condolences. You've already had the truth. I mean, it could have been guilt, but the fire didn't occur until after his death. I guess it's this. The conclusion that he took his own life out of guilt cannot explain the contortion of his body. The coroners I consulted all said that this is typical symptom of nux vomica poisoning. But the strychnine test came back negative. The opisthonis should be caused by other reasons. No, he was poisoned by brucine.
这篇论文显示，
This paper shows that besides strychnine, nux vomica can extract a substance called brucine.
它与士地宁
It has weaker toxicity, slower onset of poisoning reactions, and is less detectable. There's such a drug.
哥哥自尽
My brother's suicide is not due to any psychological issues,
而是意识
but
到
a desperate act upon realizing he'd been deadly poisoned.
那你认为下毒的人是？
So who do you think poisoned him? The culprit who poisoned Brian and hired Ting Xiang to kill Stone Wu is none other than... Sorry, bro, it's your dad.
线索都
All the clues point to the same person.
贝尔爵士
Mr. Bell, you are the mastermind behind both cases. Watson? What, is it his dad? I don't know. Are they related? I don't know. Mr. Shen, are you accusing Mr. Bell of murder now?
正是
I am. John, what made you misunderstand me? I'm not misunderstanding you.
从套离开伦敦
Sun Wu sold a patent to the Watson Group at a high price before leaving London.
而这篇从马
And
丁
the author of Exploring Methods for Extracting Brucine from Nux Vomica
正是无从
is
套
Stone Wu.
我敢肯定
I'm sure he sold the extraction method for brucine to you. Reasonable association.
Old Bell, aren't you planning to defend yourself against such accusations?
A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. John, you are just temporarily blinded by hatred. I believe time will provide the answers, and he will gradually understand my perspective.
Mr. Shen, the court does not entertain baseless accusations. Do you have any evidence to support your claim that Mr. Bell poisoned your brother?
我哥哥的死
My
亡
brother's time of death was on August 15, 3 years ago, between 2 o'clock and 2:28 p.m.
他的尸体
His body was discovered in opisthonis with a twisted and eerie facial expression.
衣角上血
The
迹
blood-stained scratches on the chair legs indicated he had just experienced unimaginable pain.
显然，
Clearly, my brother exhibited symptoms of the late stage of brucine poisoning before his death.
而布鲁生的摄入
Brucine ingestion usually leads to death within 4 to 5 hours.
考虑到时间因素，
Consider the timeline. This evidence suggests that Mr. Bell is a murder suspect. It's this one. They had a meeting at 9 a.m.
这些电报就是证
These
据。
telegraphs can prove it.
沈先生，
Mr. Shen, I don't understand.
这些看
These seem like ordinary communications. How did they prove that Mr. Bell poisoned anyone?
到底是哪
Which telegram specifically incriminates Mr. Bell?
正如贝尔
As
爵
Mr.
士
Bell himself mentioned,
时间
time will provide the answer.
8月15
On the
日
morning of August 15th, my brother went to Mr. Bell's office.
下午2点前，
Around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, he exhibited symptoms of opisthonis.
正好是5个小
The
时。
interval between the two events is exactly 5
In
hours.
the eyes of a bigot, my guilt is presumed. Innocence a mere shadow. Joseph, why don't you try talking to John and persuading him?
Why'd you switch to English?
事实上
In fact, this evidence lacks sufficient strength. John, as you just mentioned, the time frame from poisoning to death is 4 to 5 hours.
上午9点到10点这段时间
During the period from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Brian had contact with many other people.
你和琼斯警官
You and Officer Jones investigated all his movements, and you questioned everyone who saw him.
你比谁都清楚
You know better than anyone he only had coffee at Mr. Bell's on that day and nothing else.
At 9 a.m. that morning, I had arranged to meet Brian for coffee to talk his recent conditions.
很遗憾
Unfortunately, the known eyewitnesses don't cover the entire period.
我们也很难确
It's
认
also challenging to confirm whether Brian had consumed any food or water at home. Huh, that's quite a convenient
变
excuse.
食物或水里
Even if someone did poison his food or water, it's hard to verify at this point.
此案
This case is quite complex and requires further investigation. Mr. Bell, may I trouble you to go to the police station? Would that be convenient for you?
约瑟已经提出
Joseph has raised a reasonable suspicion.
在这个
Until
疑
this
问
question is resolved, I don't believe it is necessary to trouble Mr. Bell further. Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder.
先生
Mr. Shen, do you have any evidence to respond to Prosecutor Bell's suspicion? Shen is in trouble. Christian, we need to help him.
3年
I'm
前
not
的案
familiar
子
with the case 3 years ago, but
在贝尔爵
in
士
Mr. Bell's previous statement, I noticed a certain inconsistency.
那就赶紧
And
提
let's say it.
虽然我不
While I'm unsure if Judge Herman's reasonable suspicion holds, I can't help but wonder,
为什么
why did Mr. Bell lie in his previous statement? Lie?
不知我的哪句
I wonder which of my
话
words led Miss Wen to misunderstand.
哪有这么多误会？
Misunderstandings? Your words clearly contradict this evidence. Alright, let's see.
起初我
At the time, his research was under the suppression of the Sassoons. I funded his research. He successfully created a new opium cessation drug, however, it is highly addictive. A patient took a large dose and succumbed to arrhythmia. Brian felt very guilty and became lost. He tried to approve, blah blah blah. Here's this one. Mr. Bell, the fire you mentioned earlier, did it occur at St. Mary's Hospital?
我想
I think, yes.
这就
That's strange. The fire clearly occurred on the night of August 15th, after Brian's death.
为何你
Why did you say it broke Brian's mental state?
还是说
Or maybe Brian never thought of giving up his life, and the so-called suicidal tendencies were just lies he fabricated. It seems that as time passes, even memories are beginning to play hide and seek with me.
贝尔爵士
Mr. Bell simply made a mistake about the time, which does not constitute a false statement.
小姐的观
Miss
点
Wen's viewpoint is irrelevant to the issue, and I object.
贺大人
Judge Herman, it comes to the reason for Brian Shen's suicide. How could it?
一个人记错了
Is it
时
the
间
same as poisoning someone if a person simply misremembers the time? Mr. Shen, do you have any other evidence regarding the poisoning accusation? Not at the moment.
既然没有
As there's no other evidence, I have to reject your request.
即便
Even though we lack evidence linking Mr. Bell to the case 3 years
还
ago,
有证据表明
there's evidence suggesting his relation to Stone Wu's case. What?
这倒让
This is a
我
bit unexpected.
阿福
Afu, I believe Mr. Bell poisoned my brother and is the mastermind behind Stone Wu's murder.
这两起案件
There is a deeper connection between these two
对我
cases.
侦破案更熟
You are more familiar with the Stone Wu case. Please help me find clues together. Leave it to me. Alright, shooting case time.
请出
Please
示
present evidence that shows the connection between Mr. Bell and Stone Wu's case. Of the old case, the photograph brought it casting machine, investigation permit. Signs of bruising on the body. Started tip-off letters. News of the Hanyang case. News of Shen's arrest. What connects him? Rocking to the drums. Notes in the photo frame. It was in Sergeant Singh's office.
其实
Actually, the evidence has been in Sergeant Singh's hands all along. I didn't. Don't frame me.
巡捕房收缴的
Among the evidence seized by the police, there's a photo that Shen took from Wu's study. By chance, I discovered that there was a note tucked inside the photo frame. 1,000 grams of water, 200 grams of sugar, 100 grams of dry ice, 4.8 grams of citric acid. If I'm not mistaken, this note is the missing formula for Watson Group's cola water. It's also what you've been instructed to find all along. How could this be? This formula, it doesn't belong to Watson Group. It should be fairly easy to authenticate whether or not it's your formula. This does not meet the standard of evidence. Rejected. But I haven't said anything yet? Since the formula was found in Stonewoo's study, it should be assumed to belong to Stonewoo, unless there's clear evidence to the contrary. There should be evidence that can show the connection between this formula and Mr. Bell, huh? Uh, 1721. It has the exact, it has this formula on it. Procaine. Oops. Yes, but carefully examining the content of the formula, you will notice the ingredients of the cola water include crocaine. Cocaine is a new drug developed by Brian, only mentioned in his notes. It can be said that the chemical structure of this drug is almost unknown to anyone, except for Mr. Bell, who was involved in drug development, and Mr. Joseph, who holds the notes. And they are both connected to the Watson Group. It is clearly stated in my brother's notes that cocaine is highly addictive. Even in small doses, it is no exception. This is the true secret behind the success of Watson's cola water. It's also the fundamental motive for Sir Bell's murder and cover-up. That's an interesting speculation indeed. Your argument still doesn't explain why the formula for Watson Group's cola water ended up in Stonewoo's study. The theft of the formula for Watson cola water by Shanghai Phantom is widely known news. In the previous trial, the police clearly stated Shanghai Phantom has a close link to Stonewoo. Therefore, it is reasonable that Stonewoo possessed the stolen formula from the Shanghai Phantom.
Herman, it's the first time I've seen someone leave you speechless.
Thanks to you, as always.
It seems that I need to explain why the formula cannot belong to the Watson Group. This is also the true secret of cola water. However, I need a more private environment. To protect the business secrets of Watson Group, this case is transferred to a non-public trial. Please ask unrelated personnel to wait in the lobby outside the courtroom. Watson Group's reason. The true secret of cola water is there's actually no such thing as a secret formula. It's just a marketing strategy. A marketing strategy? Did you really think that a product can achieve such success solely based on its formula? No, it relies on branding and storytelling. The secret formula of the magical beverage is hidden in a priceless safe. What a fascinating story. Who can resist the temptation to explore and satisfy their curiosity by taking a sip? No, it shouldn't be like this. Mr. Shen, what is your intuition about this? My intuition tells me the secret formula is just a marketing gimmick. There'd be no need to publicly admit the formula theft. It would tarnish the product's fame. I agree with that. From what I know, the Watson Group has offered a hefty reward for clues on Shanghai Phantom. They must be genuinely searching for the formula. Let me explain the situation to the two judges. No need to rush. While I may very well convince Judge Kwan, Judge Herman will still reject it with various reasons. What's more troublesome is that we lack solid evidence of Mr. Bell hiring the murderer. Mr. Herman talks about procedural justice all along, but he only selects rules that favor Mr. Bell. It's impossible to expect him to make a fair judgment unless Mr. Bell admits it himself. Perhaps that's the best option at the moment. Are you suggesting making him admit it himself? Is that even possible? Mr. Bell obviously values this formula, otherwise he wouldn't kill for it. Things that a person cares about often become their weakness. Mr. Shen seems to have changed a bit. Mr. Bell, let me confirm again. The so-called secret formula stolen from the Watson group doesn't actually exist, right? That's correct. Judges, it seems that I made a mistake. Since the formula in the frame is not related to the Watson group, it must belong to my brother. How do you deduce that? The chemical structure of cocaine has never been made public, so Stone couldn't have known it. According to Judge Herman's logic, if the formula is found in Brian's photo, we should assume that it belongs to Brian. Am I correct? What do you intend to do with the formula? The formula is a legacy of Mr. Shen's brother. Mr. Shen has full control over it now. Why is Mr. Bell so concerned about it? Actually, there's no harm in telling Mr. Bell. I intend to make the formula public. I plan to ask Miss Wen to take care of disclosing the formula. Who you entrusted to is your choice. It is good to hear that from Mr. Bell. I heard Zhengzhe, Guangzhe, and Yili, the 3 soda factories, are all interested in this formula. Riji and Suzhou is expanding their business in Southeast Asia and could be a potential partner. I'll also send a copy to Jardin Matheson, a shareholder of your Watson Group. Considering the lucrative profit in the soda industry, they probably won't refuse. By the way, I plan to publish 2 new articles in Shanghai News with these headlines. Detectives found the cola water formula while tracking down the Shanghai Phantom. Watson Group strongly denies the presence of new type of opium in cola water. You better think carefully about the consequences of libel. Can you afford to bear them? Is it libel if you said it? The formula belongs to Shen. He can give it to whoever he wants. Bite me.
Old Bell.
Okay.
I should double check one more time. If the formula belongs to the Watson Group, I'll order them not to disclose it.
Admitting the formula belongs to the Watson Group means you're suspected in 2 murder cases. If you deny it, then we have the right to disclose the formula. Eventually, you'll have to drink one of these 2 poison drinks. Furthermore, you can't explain why the cocaine that only you know about appears in this formula. The formula is a trade secret of the Watson Group, and you're not authorized to disclose it. Miss Wen, Mr. Shen, the formula is the property of Watson Group. You cannot dispose of it, let alone disclose it. As you wish. Guards, please escort Mr. Bell to the police station to assist in the investigation. Mr. Bell is not a criminal. He does not need to go anywhere. You're involved in this, aren't you, Herman? Based on the current situation, Stonewood's death is most likely linked to the cola water formula. Although Mr. Bell has not been convicted, he does have major suspicions against him. Assisting in the investigation is a necessary process, and I hope Judge Herman cooperates. Your country's judicial process is barbaric, disregarding human rights. Mr. Bell is a British Empire citizen. His dignity must be protected. Without conclusive evidence, I believe he has no need to undergo any investigation. Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder. Shen, this is outrageous. We don't have any definitive evidence, so it's not surprising that he would say that. This is a deadlock. You've used up all the available evidence and they won't let Mr. Bell undergo investigation. Are we expecting evidence to fall from the sky? Perhaps only this person can provide the final breakthrough in the case. Something doesn't feel right. I need to think this through again. At the moment, the only person to potentially obtain more evidence is through this person. Who else can provide new evidence? Is it the brother? Is it this dude? I mean, she's still hanging around. No. Alright, let's go with Brian Shen. Nope. Final breakthrough in this case. Alright. Mr. Joseph hasn't spoken for a long time. His mood seems to be very bad. Joseph, can I ask you something?
什么事？
What is it?
这份报告和
Are these reports and notes everything you took from Brian's apartment?
但是
However, there's no mention of
无论是
me
报告还是笔
in
记
either the reports or the notes. What do you mean?
哥哥留下的
Documents left by my brother don't mention me, which contradicts what you said earlier. On the contrary, okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is like it was supposed to keep it a secret from him. Where is that evidence? Earlier, you said that it was my brother who asked you to keep it from me.
但这些资料
But there's no mention of me in any of these materials. I think he must have left something else for you. Yeah. Joseph, my
proud son. For the honor of the Bell family, don't say anything that would disappoint me.
约瑟，
Joseph,
从你的内心
follow your heart.
Daddy won't get Cece the cola water. Cece doesn't want a drink, he just wants the cola water.
Got your own granddaughter addicted. No.
Said the lion. But that doesn't make me any braver. And as long as I know myself to be a coward, I shall be unhappy. Cece, why don't you go play with Uncle Wu outside the courtroom? Daddy will join you after work.
吴巡部，麻烦了。
Officer Wu, thank you. John, your deduction is correct.
这张纸巾上
This tissue has Brian's handwriting on it. I've kept it with me all this time.
随身保
For
存
3 years? In your pocket? Dang.
直到今
It
天，
wasn't until today that I fully understood why Brian chose to write these words on the tissue and the pain he went through when he wrote them.
Promise me, you will stop the release of the opium cessation drugs. Take good care of John. Keep him away from all these.
哥哥，
Brian.
纸巾是从沃森的办公
The
室。
tissue was taken from Watson's office, and it has the logo of the Bell Mansion.
这个圆环
This ring is an imprint from a coffee cup.
虽然
Though
是
it's
个
3 years old, it can still undergo
有
analysis.
接触，
Wherever there's contact, there will be traces.
如果你的
If
推
your
理
deduction is correct, the imprint should be able to detect remnants of brucine.
Why was I not informed about this? How dare you keep this from me?
I'm sorry, Watson. This is not just for Cece. It's for myself as well. For the past 3 years, I've been burying my head in the sand like an ostrich. I am a fucking prosecutor.
Oh, he dropped the F-bomb? In court?
In my country, there are 400 million people, and among them, 8 million smoke opium. These 8 million people, from the elderly to children, are all deeply immersed with opium. Their families' wealth is scattered. Their lives in ruins. The severity of opium addiction and the agony of cessation make it difficult for them to quit.
Is this why you chose to research this niche field?
Yes,
Young man, you are an idealist, but you know nothing about business. In fact, opium persists not just due to addiction, but due to significant vested
People are
interests.
forcing the opium in.
Opium trade benefits, while prohibition has no profit. If something cannot generate profits, it cannot endure for long.
yes. Many people have said that. Thanks for your time.
And Watson is an asshole,
But I am also an idealist.
but he's also an idealist.
Father, are you saying that you are willing to fund Brian's research?
I believe that what I am funding is for the well-being of humanity.
Ah, see? I told you that you could persuade him.
Mr. Shen, a pleasure to work together.
Mr. Bell, Joseph, I am grateful beyond words. Oh, Mr. Bell, you're also here?
I guess he just took advantage of it when he saw that it was something new to addict people with.
Joseph mentioned that you're not feeling well, so I came to check on you.
All 20 patients from St. Mary's experimental group showed signs of drug abuse.
No need to worry about this. As long as the dosage is controlled, there won't be any issues.
But patients voluntarily requested dose increases. I'm concerned about the drug's market release.
Did they request opium during the treatment?
No.
It indicates that the opium cessation medication you developed is effective. Brian, you truly are a pharmaceutical genius. The moment you've been dreaming of to defeat opium is about to arrive.
Defeat opium by introducing a harder boss.
But the side effects...
Every drug has its side effects. We can further develop new drugs to help people overcome these side effects.
He's trying to create a chain of addictions. We're gonna loop back and become opium again at the end.
Mr. Bell, we cannot launch a drug when we know it has addictive properties.
What do you suggest?
We need to expose the dangers of cocaine. Caution the public.
Are you sure?
Create a monster with my own hands. It must not reach the public. I'll compensate your research funding.
Is that this portrait in the back? Is that supposed to be young Watson?
You are always an idealist, Brian. So far, nobody knows cocaine. Once it is made public...
Is he mixing the poison now? Is this what's happening?
The Sassoon family will turn around and develop an alternative. Even if you can convince me, can you convince them? Come, have a cup of coffee to calm down. I heard John Shen is working part-time in Boston to support his studies.
Why did you put it on the napkin? There's a perfectly good saucer right there.
How? How do you know my brother is in Boston?
He is your brother. Of course, I have to take extra care of him.
Mr. Bell, are you threatening me?
I am planning a future for you and your brother. Do you want shares in Watson Group? It can make you both.
You just poisoned him already, though.
Prosperity and wealth forever.
I develop opium cessation drugs to prevent tragedies, not for wealth.
In that case, I respect your decision.
He respects the decision.
Keep a close eye.
Uh-oh.
Make sure he gets home and never steps out again. After 5 hours, go inside and retrieve all his research files.
Alright, so that's why he went and made sure that Joseph got in first.
There's so much noise inside.
Sir, St. Mary Hospital is on fire.
Why is there so much noise?
Fire will turn everything into ashes.
Oh, uh-oh, did they set it on fire on purpose?
The night in London hasn't been this...
You were very, very happy about this.
It's your property. Aren't you worried?
Everything comes with a cost.
Grandpa, when can we go home?
Darling, we've got to stay here for a bit.
What?
Someone once told me there's like 400 million people here, but only 8 million people. Market development rate is a real disappointment here, right?
Cola water, cola water. His voice acting there at the end got really weird.
What's the cold water?
No, darling, you can't drink the cola water. How about Chinese?
So it sounds like voice generation. Got weird.
And you know what? You've given me a bit of inspiration. Maybe I should chuck in some fruity flavors that kids fancy into the cola water.
That's how cherry cola was invented.
对不起，
Sorry, John.
我一度以为
I once thought Brian sacrificed to prevent the release of the opium cessation drug.
约瑟，这不
Joseph,
是你的
it's
错
not，your fault.
但贝尔先生和
But
我
Mr. Bell and the Watson group must face appropriate punishment. Who do you think you are?
二位大人，现在
Judges, now we have evidence of Mr. Bell's poisoning. Can we proceed to bring him to justice?
Old Bell, this lad seems dead set on getting the law to come down on you.
Then go ahead and try. Arrest me.
Why does he not sound afraid at all?
贝尔爵士
Mr. Bell's crimes have already been proven. Isn't that enough?
陈先生，
Mr. Shen, I heard you studied the law in
总
Boston.
不会没听过。
Surely you've heard the term jurisdiction, right?
受害人是
The
中
victim is Chinese and the culprit is Shanghai.
上海，
Or the culprit is in Shanghai. The Shanghai governor does have jurisdiction.
但贝尔爵士
Mr. Bell is a citizen of the British Empire, a small court in the Far East without even a jury and a group of laymen in law. How can you ensure that this British knight receives fair treatment?
警示裁判
Consular jurisdiction exists precisely for this purpose. Consular jurisdiction refers to the authority granted to a consul to adjudicate civil and criminal cases involving citizens of their country residing abroad. In accordance with their own national laws, the establishment of consular jurisdiction in modern China dates back to 1842, regulations for the conduct of affairs in the Jiangnan area, and expanded over time to include rights to observe trials, as well as the establishment of administrative and judicial bodies independent of the Chinese legal system. This led to difficulties in judicial jurisdiction and significantly infringed upon China's sovereignty. Based on the agreement, British national crimes can only be adjudicated by the British consul.
但他们
When it's obvious they're colluding,
真不甘心
we
就
can't
这
let him
样
escape punishment like this. Is there anything else we can do? This is the current trend, something neither you nor I can change. Judge Kwan, being able to see the trend is your greatest advantage.
Enough of this, Watson. Fulfill your promise to me. Stop the opium cessation drugs business.
Enough of this, Joseph. 3 years ago, for you, I took all the opium cessation drugs off the shelves at our pharmacy. I am a man of my word.
No, not in the form of cola water.
That's a new business. In fact, this remedial measure opens up a whole new market for us.
Lie!
Joseph, my child, you've inherited my kindness, but business is business.
Kindness?
You know why I come to Shanghai? The Sassoon family's opium business is doomed after the opium agreement between China and UK. There are 8 million addicts in China. All need opium cessation drugs. It's a huge market. At that time, we will surpass the Sassoons and become the most powerful family in the Far East.
But you're fully aware that cocaine is not an opium cessation drug, and it's worse than opium.
God, you are stupid. Trade is free. Where there is demand, there will be supply.
看来
It seems that Mr. Bell's true intention is not the opium cessation drug business,
而是想用
but to
快乐
replace
去
opium with
取代
cola water.
鸦片是无罪的。
Oh, opium is innocent, and cola water even more so. They are just commodities. I see.
如果他们是无罪的，
Very, very interesting argument there.
要制定
If
一法
drugs are innocent, why did the British government pass the 1868 Drugstore Act?
如果鸦片是无罪
If
的，
opium is innocent, why do so many people die because of it? Why do families fall apart?
如果快乐水的
If
生意是
cola
无
water
罪
business is innocent, why did you poison my brother?
为何要灭口无松
Why
汤？
did you kill Stone Wu and those innocent people at St. Mary's Hospital?
凡事皆有代价。
Everything comes with a cost.
我给了你们
I gave you the best choice, but unfortunately, you were all too short-sighted.
所谓最好的
So-called best choice is to let you continue poisoning us with cola water, isn't it? This pitiful country of yours, backward and corrupt, is also adept at putting on airs. Your people have been cultivating poppy here decades ago, and countless people here profited from it. Factories and schools were built on profits from opium. You should be well aware of that, right? The International Opium Commission is about to be held, I believe. Opium Commission? Do you really believe that China can eradicate opium? I do. John, you, just like your poor brother, are both idealists. I deeply sympathize with what Brian has gone through. In fact, for Brian, I not only sympathize, but also greatly admire and respect him. Enough to poison him, right? Without his invention, there wouldn't be the globally popular Watson Cola water. But you have to know that human suffering is a result of their own choices. Those who smoke heavily have free will. Did anyone force them? No. They choose to smoke for themselves, just like your pathetic father. And your self-righteous brother, if he hadn't rejected the shares I offered him back then. How could he end up in such a... I mean, he wasn't gonna get them. You already poisoned them before the shares. When a fish bites, don't rush to pull up the rod. Wait patiently. There will be a noticeable tug when a big fish is hooked. Just now. In fact, you cannot feel at ease as you claim to. What are you smiling at? If you didn't have fear in your heart, you wouldn't have resorted to murder to cover the truth. And the last evidence I'm going to present is prepared for your fear. We've been broadcasting it this whole time! Watson, I have prepared 2 gifts for you. Over the past 3 years, I've investigated all suspects in Brian's case, especially you. This briefcase contains various criminal records related to the Watson Group. Not only from your pharmacies in Shanghai, but also in Hong Kong and London. All contact leaves traces. I know how you cunningly acquired Hong Kong pharmacy. I know how you disguised cheap tonics laced with opium to make your fortune. I know how you colluded with corrupt officials to protect your fake medicines business. I know how you committed crimes repeatedly and used the legal system to escape punishment. I visited the victims of these events. Through them, I have gradually built the chain of evidence for your criminal career. Only the final piece was missing. Just now, Joseph provided the crucial evidence and everyone heard you confess in your own words. Then why not bring those victims and file a lawsuit in a jurisdiction with authority? I can assure you that your so-called evidence and testimonies won't be accepted. So I have prepared another gift. The other gift is... the phonograph broadcasting machine I invented. Phonograph? Shen Chengping, are you planning to use it to end your life like your brother? Enough. Watson? Brian sacrificed himself to protect those documents just to ring the death knell for you today. Your dirty business is over. You are even more naive than your brother. The opium business has been going on for half a century. You people are the sick man of East Asia. Do you really think you alone could change the course of history? No, I am not alone. I've seen an editor who traveled tirelessly for the liberation of thoughts and literature. I've witnessed a foreman who dedicated his whole life to new steel-making technology. I also know of an official who, even without blueprints, hammered out the first steamship. Beyond them, there are millions of Chinese people striving to change the era despite adversity. Opium is one of the most urgent issues our country must confront. We must make every effort to eradicate opium and drugs to save ourselves. On February 24, 1909, during the 12th session of the International Opium Commission, the Chinese delegate Mr. Tang Guan delivered an English summary speech exceeding 8,000 words. He began by emphatically stating the consumption of opium is the most urgent moral and economic issue our country must face. He analyzed the dangers of the opium trade from multiple perspectives, emphasizing that solving the opium problem must rely on China's own efforts. Additionally, he appealed for cooperation between China and the West to combat the opium menace together. Shen is right. I raise both my hands in support. I will mobilize my friends in the press to expose the truth about cola water. Count me in. I'll do my best to promote the anti-smoking and anti-drug campaign. And us too!
A bunch of rabble.
So they're just smiling. Why is there so much noise outside? People are gathering outside demanding justice for the culprit and the removal of bad merchants. What? He put on the headphones. It was real. What on earth is going on? The phonograph broadcasting machine can record sounds and then broadcast them. Now not only can we hear you speaking, but everyone outside the courtroom can hear it too. Headlines of the newspaper in the next few days will definitely be about this. Soon the whole world will know the truth. This is a non-public trial? How dare you broadcast the trial without authorization? Is this how you Chinese disrespect rules? Late, but you're a fucking... right? Welcome in, Yan Yan. How's it going? Oh. Rules. Who's the one really disrespecting the rules here? How dare you look at me like that? Your rules always have two sets of standards for what yourselves and one of the others, and one for the others. There's only one rule in my book. Oh, let's go! If you choose to do evil, you must pay the price. He's got glowing eyes. He's evolved. Judge, the angry mob is trying to storm in. The police can hardly hold them back. Also, you weren't here when it came up. But this article has a bug in it. It's very funny. Thankfully, this whatever text was needed was here was not important at all. We just needed to know that his picture was in it. Oh, the music got really loud again. Judge, the angry mob is trying to storm in. The police can hardly hold them back. Protect me! The Shishi is a mythical creature from ancient Chinese legends, featuring a single horn on its head and expressive eyes. It possesses the ability to discern right from wrong and loyalty from treachery, symbolizing judicial fairness. Historically, the character for law was written as this, incorporating this, which represents the Xieshi. Since the time of King Wen of Chu, the Xieshi cap has served as an adornment for law enforcement officials, reminding them to distinguish clearly between truth and falsehood. This tradition has been accepted and recognized throughout successive dynasties. Even today, statues of the Xieshi are commonly placed at the entrances of many courthouses, signifying the continuation and promotion of traditional legal culture. Judge Herman is the esteemed British consul. I will do everything I can to ensure your safety. But if you insist on protecting Mr. Bell and fail the justice, public anger won't be appeased. No one can guarantee that the tragedy of the Li Huang case 3 years ago won't repeat itself. The Li Huang case? I don't remember that. Is that something that they talked about? I mean, if it is... Oh, there's 2 more things here. Oh, there it is. Okay. In 1905, Mrs. Li Huang, a widow of Cantonese official, along with 15 maidservants, was accused of human trafficking while passing through Shanghai on her way back to her hometown. During the trial, the British Deputy Counsel overstepped his bounds by interfering in a case involving only Chinese nationals. Despite the lack of sufficient evidence, he openly assaulted Chinese officials and forcibly detained the accused, sparking collective protests from the Chinese community. The situation escalated when the public, dissatisfied with the municipal council's protection of the British Deputy Consul, surrounded the police station in a demonstration, leading to a conflict that resulted in nearly 100 casualties. Dang, that's a lot of casualties. It's up to Judge Kwan's decision. Yeah, Herman! As the presiding judge, I pronounce Watson Reuben Bell guilty. Yay, achievement unlocked, the Shanghai Enigma! Down and out detective. Yay! Case solved. Is this the end? We solved the overarching mystery. There's been history.
一切还没有结束。
No, it's not over yet. Since that's the case. Hey, Fire, how's it going? We're about. Oh no, he pulled out a gun! I don't mind making another tragedy. Did you literally just pull out the gun? That's. Watch out, Shen! It's the 2 horses! The gun that you used to kill that other dude? Shen!
Fireflint was first.
Oh no. In 1909, Tang Guan gave a remarkable speech at the International Opium Commission held in Shanghai. The meeting led to the first international drug control treaty, the Hague Opium Convention in 1912. In 1928, Republic of China attempted to abolish all consular jurisdiction in China. However, due to resistance from foreign countries, this goal was not achieved. In 1943, ROC ended UK and US consular jurisdiction in China through an agreement. In 1949, People's Republic of China was founded, ending consular jurisdiction and foreign privileges. In 1950, PRC's proclamation on strictly prohibiting opium eradicated the issue in 3 years. In 1987, we are doing history now. In 1987, the UN set June 26 as the International Day Against Drug Abuse in Vienna. And by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's passed. Okay. Oh, who died? Or who killed him? Who shot him? Oh, forgot to tell you, boss. All my bosses end up like this. Okay. Okay, she just decided to help out, I guess, at the end. She too is Chinese. Revealing the conspiracy of the Watson Group. I want to buy one. No, you don't. Huh? You'll get it for free. Outsmarting bad guys. Hero! Then I won't be polite. What? That was fun. They're back in their normal outfits. I miss her Santa Claus outfit already. Hey, it's Julia. Hoshi and Afu. You were brilliant in the cult room. We not only rescued Shen, but also caught the evil mastermind. They both made the same pose. Great, we should celebrate. Come and watch our show tonight, my treat. Shen is injured. We plan to go back to Yangzhou for recovery. Is Mr. Shen okay? He's fine. Nothing serious. It's just we missed your performance again. Bon voyage! We'd visit her any other time. Mr. Joseph? What are your plans to do next? What do you plan to do next? I'll suspend my prosecutor duties first. Focus on resolving the Kohler water issues. I guess he inherited the company. Anything I can help? Just let me know. Mr. Scarecrow, could you come close?
Mr. Lion said he got what he wanted. Did you get a thinking brain too?
Yes!
He's so happy about it. I did it! This is the end of the game! We finished the game! That means I have to find out what to do on Thursday, though. Judge Quan, why are you here? Seizing the Watson Pharmacy is a significant matter. We're still missing one thing, aren't we? I must be present to prevent any further incidents. She is in the women's prison, awaiting verdict. Is it possible to give her a lighter sentence? That day in the court, if she weren't there, I greatly admire her for eliminating criminal. Grammar's dying. However, she's also related to multiple homicide. Trust us, she'll get a fair judgment. Fun fact, drugs like opium are called this, which includes the character for poison. I see. Search every corner. If you find anything suspicious, report immediately. Yes, Sergeant. Officer.
现在要叫
It's Sergeant
李
now.
啊
Oh, thanks.
文小姐介绍，
Replacing Singh, huh? Sergeant Lee, why are you investigating the store again?
怎么又在调查洋货铺？
沃森虽已伏法，
Though Watson has been sanctioned,
但大盗
Shanghai Phantom is still at large.
本巡长上任，
I will surely bring him to
立即把他缉
justice.
拿归案。
English character voice production, Edge Studio, very edgy.
先生，
Shen,
你怎么自己就下来了？
you promised me that you would rest in the room. Your arm is injured and you shouldn't carry
我有一
luggage.
箱子，
我伤的是左手，
Oh, it's okay, my arm
就
is
是人
fine.
不碍事的。
我来。
Who's arrogant? Oh, wait. I don't remember. Alright, I guess it's time.
可心姐，
Cushion,
我舍不得
I don't
你
want to say goodbye.
我也舍不得
Me
你
neither, but
不过，万国纪安大会要召开
Opium Commission is about to be held, and
我
I
想
want to
多写
contribute
几
more
篇报
articles to the
告
event.
会助力。
Spako thinks. Miss Wen, be sure to take care.
放心，
Don't worry, I am professional.
后会有期了。
See ya.
对了，可心姐，
Ah.
这次的标题是什么？
What is the headline this time?
标题还没
Haven't
定，
decided yet.
这次的报告
Toby Chang and I will collaborate on this report.
不知道他又
You reminded me that guy disappeared again. Developer's message. When we are developing the game, we have learned from a number of excellent works, including Ace Attorney series, Diamond and the Sound of a Gunshot. What is that? Alibi Breaker, Locked Room Collector, Danganronpa, Kirigiri, specifically Kirigiri. The novel about Kirigiri. I can't read the rest.
啊，程记者，你怎么在这里？
Mr. Chang, why are you here? HHH indeed means Lamau. I'm here to return this. Wait, why are you returning? Wait, wasn't that in the luggage? Why did you have the thing? Didn't you just have the headphones? Well, it's helpful for you. You can just take it. Nah, keep it and make it better.
这次
Toby, I truly appreciate your assistance. Wait. What's the last thing? Wait, why is there so much still here? Is there like a bonus case that I don't know about? Maybe there is. Really, Toby, I truly appreciate your assistance. You are the key. I'm just a journalist who doesn't want to miss out on big news. No, your contribution to this case is much greater than it
你们
appears.
盗出的那份配
It's the
方，
formula you stole that plays the key role.
难道
What? Mr. Chang is the Shanghai Phantom? Nah, I can never do that.
松涛观察到民
So
众
noticed that the symptoms of the people who drank cola water were the same as the subjects.
于是
So he asked someone to steal the formula of cola water to verify our
还
hypothesis.
没等我见到配方，
However, before I laid eyes on the formula, Stone was murdered and the formula
我
disappeared.
几次想进入现场
I
时，
tried several times to enter the scene and search, but never had the
没
opportunity.
想到
To my surprise, Stone hid the formula behind Brian's photo.
现在想想，
Now that I think about it, it is indeed the most proper place.
哦对了，
Oh, I almost forgot the purpose I came here for.
先生，
It seems I misunderstood Mr. Wu,
此话怎讲？
which means
之前
when I was investigating the seller, I thought he was a bad guy selling opium cessation drugs.
不过
But
当年参与
Wasn't it Mr. Chang who was involved in the pharmaceutical research back then?
怎么会是
How could
我
Mr. Wu know the specific symptoms of the subjects? Uh-oh.
二位侦探，
Detectives, a friend asked me to give you this.
这是委托
This
信吗？
is a commissioned letter.
不愧
Smart as always.
承蒙守臣
I
相信，
appreciate it, but I plan to go home and tell Brian that his last wish has been fulfilled.
这个案子
I believe you won't refuse this case, Mr. Shen. Alright. There is another case. A new case. Chen Chengping and Afu are still on the journey. Alright, is that the end? Okay, that seems like it's the end. But what? Wait. This should be the latest save, right? Wait, what? Wait, what? I guess I didn't have any normal saves. A suspense for the future DLC. Let me just reload this real quick. So wait. What's all this? Why is this still here? What did I miss? Did I miss something? Maybe I just like what's all this? Where's all this stuff that I'm missing? I did unlock all the outfits, I think, though. Prison suit. They instantly change clothes. I wonder what this means. But yeah, if there is DLC, we might check it out. This is pretty fun. I really liked the last case. It was great. You thought it was one thing and then it was another thing and it swerved and it mixed both cases together. That was pretty fun. Homepage. All right. Yeah, I didn't really I didn't really think that the game would actually end today. There's a special ARG episode, but only in Chinese. Oh, okay, that would make sense. But yeah, this was a fun game. I didn't expect it to end quite so soon. I thought there would be at least like one more case, but it was really fun. If they do make something else, well, like add new stuff, I'll definitely look into that. I need to figure out what I want to do on Thursday, though. So yeah, so the reason I did this stream today instead of on Saturday was because I'm not going to be streaming on Saturday. But I also kind of just didn't have any real plans for what we were streaming this week. So I'll have to figure it out. I don't know. I guess that means stream is ending a little bit earlier than usual today. Yeah. I could probably dig through my games list, see what I've got. I'll miss you, Officer Jones. Alright. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. If you've got any suggestions for other mystery games to try out, I would very much I'd like you know, leave a comment on under here and be like, yo, try out this game, because I do like mystery games, and this one like got that so I have to play more Ace Attorney games. I only played the first one, and I just kind of stopped because they take so long. But if you have any other suggestions, that would be a great thing to put in the comments. Hint, hint. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. I guess we're gonna end stream early today. I really appreciate it. I'll figure out what we're doing on what is it? On Thursday. Maybe it'll be some horror stuff. I haven't done really much horror stuff in a while, so we could play some horror games. Or maybe I could do some random Souls-like stuff, because we always have that on your way to make a game. Do it! Everyone make games! But yeah, I don't really have that much else to say. Thank you so much for hanging out, folks. I really appreciate your being here. And yeah, I don't know, I'll figure out what we're doing on Thursday. This is the end of Murders on the Yangtze River. For now, maybe they'll make DLC. Who knows? I mean, it sounds like they might. But, yeah, that is gonna be it for me. For those of you on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you, like, you know, comment some suggestions for other mystery type games that you think are interesting. There are like a few on Steam that are very Phoenix Wright seeming. Like one's called Paper Perjury. I think that came out recently. But yeah, if you got any recommendations, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, again, thank you so much for hanging out. Hope to see you again soon. The rest of us on Twitch are gonna probably find somebody to raid. So YouTube, hope you all have a good night, and see you later. Bye! Alright, who we raiding, boys?